Alrighty. That sound means it's another great edition of the Thursday Night Throwdown. Joining me always with my boy Rich. D's running a little late. My son and his girlfriend have just come in. Not this Thursdays. I do a show. So, can you close the door? Yeah, obviously that was great. So that was Emily, everybody.
Good timing. Good timing.
So Emily, we started watching The White Lotus, and
I've been watching that too.
I'll flat out tell you, it's probably not the greatest show to watch with your son, especially the way they end the first two episodes. But it's a good show, and it's kind of been a little bit family bonding. So I definitely do like the show. Rich, I'll enter some more stuff here, but we'll start it off with this. We got a 7:30 game getting ready to kick off. We got a 7 o'clock game going on. Things that I'm on in the 7 o'clock game. I'm on Jokic under 26.5. He hasn't hit it in 5 games. He really hasn't even tried to score in most games. So I'm on the under there. I'm on Michael Porter over 18.5 points. I'm on Christian Braun over 2.5 rebounds and Christian Braun over 6.5 points. As he fully takes over for Bowens Highland, who's now in the Clipperland. And I'm on Paolo Banchero over 6.5 rebounds. So that's what I'm on in that game. Denver should win the game. I'm on Jokic over 11.5 rebounds is the one positive I'm on. The 7:30 games are kicking on. I'm on Io DeSumo over 9.5 points. Any kind they keep giving us Io under 10, we're going to take it. This game's going to be a track meet. That's how the new Nets games are. The new Nets are going to play, not the ones they acquired today, the ones they acquired at the Kyrie deal. So we're going to see Dorian Finney-Smith will start. We're going to see Spencer Dinwiddie. He's going to take it. For that reason, Cam Thomas is not getting 40. Don't bet he's getting 40. It isn't going to happen. We are going to take his points because I'm sorry he's gone over every single time, and I think he'll be in the 20s. Probably 28, 29. Don't think it'll be that much, but it'll be just enough to get over the 26.5 that we need. And I think this game's going to be a track meet. I like the over 227 in this game. It's one of the things I absolutely love. I like Dinwiddie over 19.5. I'm waiting for it live to see if we can somehow get into that. The matchup between Vucevic and Claxton is going to be great. So that's going to be something to look forward to. We've got lots of hockey going off. D gave some hockey. We'll try to see if I can get any of those. There's 5, 7 o'clock games, so he'll have lots of live play at hockey when he shows up. You've got the Atlanta Hawks full roster versus what's left of the Suns is still playing. DeAndre Ayton basically will be the leading scorer for the Suns. Shouldn't be any question. They made a very sneaky move, and we'll talk about the trade deadline and all the points in that, and I'll go through my absolute iteration of morons on TikTok that are about 24 years old that tell me they know basketball, and they're absolutely nuts because they don't understand there's two sides to the game. Before everyone getting excited about things. So, but we'll go through that. We'll go through that more of the day. Rich has got a bunch of college basketball plays. We got some getting ready to kick off there, so we'll add those to this scroll. Stick with us. Should be a good night. Let's see what's going on. Yep. How we doing?
So you like that was the over 227 Bulls Nets?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me grab that.
Nets are now an over team. They're basically playing with high-end pace. They're going to try to be exciting to the fans. That's essentially what they basically said they were going to do. People have enjoyed Cammy. They're a tough, gritty team, and they're going to play as long as Cammy's scoring. I think it's going to be fine. I think Spencer Dinwiddie is going to do just like what he was doing in Dallas. He's going to take the ball. He's going to score. I just put his cap at 20. And when you make me take 20.5, I took it in a parlay, but I'm not taking them for a straight 1 unit bet. That won't happen. I think the Hawks blow out the Suns. They try to stick along as much as they possible. If I could get a Damian Lee bet, I would be on Damian Lee. But since I can't, I'm not going to be on him. So, as far as the Bulls, I mean, like So the Bulls should have basically every DeRozan's going to play this game. But a lot of people took Patrick Williams because they thought DeRozan was out. I don't think he's not out. Wouldn't shock me really on this game too. The Atlanta just kind of runs up and down the court with him. So I'm starting to get the other guys starting to get numbers for him, and we'll see if there's anything of value. Oh, there's Damian Lee.
A lot of these NBA games, these teams don't play any damn defense. Like a lot of them don't play any defense.
A lot of times it's not that they don't play any defense, because I mean, it's not like they don't stand in front of a guy, look to see, hey, can I stop you? It's more of the fact decisions. That it's what I say is short shot clocks. They run up, one pass, one turn, one shot, boom, let's go. One shot, let's go, and then you're off and running. And those overs are easy to get. I mean, you look at the Laker game. That game went over, but no quarter in the game, first, second, third, or fourth. That's what no quarter means. Was on pace to go over at the 9-minute mark in any of that game. Sorry, at the 3-minute mark in any of those quarters.
You're talking the Lakers Thunders game?
Yep. They scored 40 points. You typically score 12 points in the final 3 minutes. Now, a lot of times, really in the NBA, because there you actually score 14 and a half on average in the final 3 minutes. But no quarter was over 40 points at the 3-minute mark.
Well, didn't they have like 150 or 160 points at half?
The first quarter scored 22 points in the final 3 minutes.
Yeah, I remember.
You took the start out.
At the start. I looked at it to start and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, because I had that 240 and I remember looking at it to start and I'm like, boys, I think we're going to need to pick this up a little bit. It was like 24-20 or something with like 5 minutes left in the first quarter. And I'm like, oh, I know we won at least, I mean, I'm not an NBA guy, but I know we won at least 60 points in this quarter. Yeah.
So, and you basically were like nobody's going to be able to sit there and get any of the overs. And what would happen is 4 or 5 seconds into the shot clock, one pass, boom, 3 hits, it went in. And the big question is going to be, is it go in? Because when they go cold and they do that, it's terrible. And then the other thing was, who was in the game? Westbrook. Westbrook's pushing the pace. He's just pushing the pace. And when you have guys that push the pace to that extent, you could score baskets. And it's the whole thing of, oh, I scored points. Yeah, but you gave up the same amount 10 seconds later. Well, you didn't benefit your team. And we'll get into that. And that's my whole argument with Kyrie. And Queens is beating the shit out of him. Great call on that. Yeah, they're up 24-15.
Yeah. Yeah, so pregame I was on Queens. It's not something you can get right now. Stetson's down 1. I was on them pregame. They were plus 2.5. That's all I have. Yeah, that's still a valid number. Like you can still get that. I also had North Florida money line. They're up 12-8. Not really a whole lot going on there. Everything else in college that I have starts 8 o'clock or later. So I'm just gonna. You want me to just put them in the chat here, or?
Yeah, well, either that or put them in the private chat, and I'll throw them in the banner.
Okay. We got an interesting one. 8 o'clock. We got Oral Roberts and the St. Thomas Tommies here. I like St. Thomas, but I'm not betting against Oral Roberts. But I actually like St. Thomas in that they're catching 9 points. That's a lot. It's a lot of points. But I've seen Oral Roberts blow out a lot of teams, but I mean they're the best team in that conference by far. But St. Thomas they're not bad. They're at home. I'm not going to get there with that one. I might watch it and see.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the key thing. What you got to do sometimes. Sometimes you just got to say, "Look, it's just not there."
Yeah,
The points aren't there. The value's not there. Why am I just going to go run and chase this right now?
well, that's what it was with this Purdue game. Like I was very close to hitting Purdue, but I think they were laying 8, and I'm like, I think I can get a better number live. Well, Purdue's been up 10 or more since basically the game started, so it's not really anything to do there. And that's kind of what I've been doing when I see games that I like, but the numbers I don't like, and just kind of keep an eye on it and maybe hit it live.
Yeah, definitely. Not a bad move. It looks like Claxton's not going to play. So I'm going to think something real quick here. It's going to be Dayron Sharp will be your starting center here for the Nets as they continue to go young. Not that Claxton's old. So I'm going to take Sharp's rebounds, and I'm going to take Vucevic's rebounds. Because I'm sitting here looking for him, like, why can't I find his rebounds? He's got to rebound the basketball. I love when they give you like rebounds and they don't give you like the main guys. It's like, look, you could take Joe Smith. He should be able to do well.
That happens a lot of times when I'm looking. It doesn't help that half the time when you give guys, I'm like, all right, what freaking team is this guy on? I don't even know what team this guy plays for. Luckily, if I figure out what game you're on, I can figure out, normally if you're putting guys in, they're in the same game.
Yep.
Like if you group them together.
I try to let you know, but Dayron Sharp plays for the Nets. He's the center out of North Carolina that left his freshman year.
I mean, if you're putting plays out, the least I can do is look up who the guy plays for.
Yeah, let me just take this real quick. I'm going to take a parlay. Here, I'll do this with my FanDuel parlay. It's not a big parlay, so it's not going to win you overall. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take Vucevic, 10 rebounds. Don't give me. Sorry, due to a connection error, your bet didn't get posted. What the hell is that? Oh, and then it's going to be, time went out due to a connection error. What's the connection error? Sorry, I'm trying to get this bet in. It's going to be Vucevic, 10 rebounds. Cammy, 23 and a half. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Dinwiddie at 19 and a half. Plus 325.
Is that a same game?
Yep.
And that's the Nets game?
Yep. Trying to see if it'll actually even let me get it in because it's technically 7:30. Really, those things should be like 7:25. Oh, shit,
Yeah.
what's the comment? Come on. Let's go. Get this in. You stupid app. Processing bet. There's process it. Come on. Stop thinking about process it. All right, so all the comments is you put in all your stuff in.
Yeah, it's just me.
Yeah. I was saying private chat, but that's fine.
Yeah, I did. I put it in the private. Some of it's starting. Some of those are starting at 8:00. So I know we got a lot going on here.
Oh,
this time of year, this college basketball gets wild, man.
Yeah, it's getting. We're getting ready for the madness. There's nothing wrong with some madness. It's the best time of the year.
It really is. Like honestly, March Madness is usually like my peak profitability is March Madness because you know who everybody is, and you know, you got a lot of people betting on teams that they have no idea. You know, they just see those big numbers and they're like, oh yeah, I know, you know, Tennessee, or I know Arkansas, or I know, you know, any of these teams, you know, these teams that are going to be top seeds in the tourney, and they're going to let people down because they're not going to cover, they're going to lose.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's you get everybody knows everything until they basically don't.
Yeah.
That's the best way to say it. It's going to be, well, I know this team's get. It's the tournament. Everybody wins. Everybody gets one wrong, no matter what. So that's the greatest thing about it, because it's always, you think you have a clue, and we're going to let you know that you really don't have any clue.
What was the number you took on Cam Thomas?
23.5.
Okay. All right, so let me see if I can do that.
Yeah, that'll be my no sweat same game parlay. Now, the other thing that books like to do is, oh, what we're going to do is just say, oh, the line changed, so you'll have to redo your bet. There should be a thing that said, look, if the line changed in your favor, you're still going to do the bet for the same amount, so just process it.
So you took Thomas at 23.5 and Vucevic?
I took Thomas at 23.5, Vucevic at 10 rebounds, and Dinwiddie at 19.5 points.
Okay, 19.5.
Well, that's a new one. My bet slip said player is invalid. He doesn't exist. Player ID. You have him listed. His name is Dayron Sharp. Oh, you took him off the screen. That's why you can't bet him. Oh, because they figured out he's starting, and so his number is going to be, oh, no, we're not going to allow you to bet that. All right, so what game are we going to get? Are we going to get the terrible Suns versus Atlanta? Or are we going to get the Nets here, and we're going to watch Cammy go nuts? What game do they have here? That's the question. Oh, so we'll talk trade deadline, and we'll talk about things that went through and what didn't go through, and what teams somehow all basically said, how do we help the Lakers? That we want LeBron to at least have a shot to get a ring in his last year. I mean, that's kind of collectively what I thought the league basically came together and said. D, you're quiet over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix my computer, man. I'm still here though.
Okay.
Real
quick. If I exit out of this, then it'll, like, you know how it is when you're on the phone. You exit out, it'll mess up. Yep. So I'm trying to fix the computer, but I'm here. I took at Edmonton live. They're down 1.
Yep. You had the 8 o'clock. You've got the Knights money line, and you've got the over in that Knights Wild game. I like the over a lot. It's 5.5.
And then we got Kaprizov over shots on goal.
Yep.
Same game.
Yep, I like that. You said you hit the Oilers live?
Yeah. I already have them 3-way, but I just took them again.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to put those in the chat, or you want to put them on the banner?
What is it? I'm in the banner right now. So what is it?
Edmonton moneyline live. VGK over 5.5. VGK moneyline.
Yeah, I haven't taken the VGK moneyline. What time is that game?
It's 8 o'clock.
Okay,
yeah, Minnesota.
All right.
Kaprizov over, I think it's 3.5 shots on goal, maybe 2.5. I think it's 2.5.
Yeah, I don't like that. I will flat out tell you, I don't love that. Yes.
I got Noah Dobson over 2.5. He plays for the Isles.
Yeah.
How we looking, Fox? Playing you for 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, you're kicking my ass this week. It was nice. And this will be a very interesting thing. Right now, I don't like the Nets' pace. They came out here basically. It looks like they're asleep. Not that I want to see with some sizable bets out there. All right, I got to go find all these college games.
Yeah.
At least they're teams we know. All right, both teams have come out cold. You got the Bulls walking the ball up the court, running all the offense. Come on. There's Vooch. Vooch versus Dayron. Back to Vooch. Vooch misses. Another miss. Yeah, Dinwiddie's assist was another thing I would have looked at. There were things I just didn't have time to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, I had
Dinwiddie scores.
I got a nice little birthday present on Saturday. I hit 3 parlays, 3 college basketball parlays, and I round robined all 3 of them. It was a
Beautiful,
massive, like my biggest, best day I've ever had.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you have enough money to spend on your wife here, there. So when you put it live on camera, so when you don't come through on Tuesday, it's gonna be I didn't have any money, honey. It's not gonna go well.
I just bought a new desk for my office.
All right.
I'm going to Vegas next week. Sorry,
There you
babe.
go.
No, we're going together.
We're gonna take this money. We're gonna turn it into a lot more money, and then we're gonna turn it into a lot less money after that. I'm really good at taking 200 and turning it into 1,000, and then taking that 1,000 and turning it into like 50.
50, 100, 75.
There's a cost of fun.
Yeah.
As long as it's fun for a couple hours, it's probably more fun than what you want to spend on. But yes, there's a cost of fun.
It's entertainment.
Yeah. Trust me, anything you do in Vegas is entertainment.
Yep.
Milwaukee already started? Or is that Wisconsin, Milwaukee?
No, it's Milwaukee. No, 8 o'clock. Milwaukee and Detroit. Detroit Mercy Titans.
Nichols over 149. Okay. I was like, wait. I'm on Nichols. I'm on Idaho. Where's Idaho? And Montana. We're going under. Line's going over. Okay.
No, it moved down.
I got it up.
It was 133 earlier. We got 131 now. What do you say?
Honestly, in South, I saw 132 and a half.
I like 132 and a half. I took 131.
Yeah, but all your overs, I'm a point higher. A whole point higher, which could be everything. The Montana State.
I like that. I like Southern Utah against Tarleton too, but something had to get cut.
All right, Rich. We're going back to full unit on your play. Let's just be over 500. Let's go. These are schools I like.
Well, one day a week is the shit the bed day, and that was yesterday.
All right.
One day a week is shit the bed.
I'm going to hold you that. And I missed the Queens, and the Queens looks like to be a rock-solid winner. Well, actually, Eastern Kentucky's coming back.
Yeah, they came back.
Stetson is nice. I actually got them at plus 2.5 live. They're back up 4. All right. Magic have taken the lead on the Denver Nuggets. Let's see how we're doing. In that game, Denver didn't do much. Denver basically acquired a center and traded Bowens Highland.
How come our pictures aren't showing? That's weird.
What do you mean pictures?
Pictures not showing either.
On the bottom?
No, on the screen, like when you turn your camera off, it's got your little. Like I had the Chief Wahoo there. I wonder why my picture's not showing. That's weird.
Oh, there's a new thing called headlines. I didn't look into it, but it was we'll have to look and see what to do with it. But it looked like there was a new thing called headlines, which I don't know how to do anything with, but you could do something to your name. Oh, you mean for edit audio avatar? Yeah. So like if I wanted to do this. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about this. Yep. We'll turn that off before I get in trouble.
Okay. Yeah. I tried signing in, creating an account and signing in, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm too dumb to figure it out or what. It's too technologically advanced for me. I deal with technology all day. I don't want to do that shit anymore after work.
Well, that was the one interesting thing they were talked about. So we were getting our merger over and our switch and like all our MNT stuff over from Leaf, and they're talking essentially all the new equipment and setting that up, and they're like, "Hey, here, let me go in and talk you through how to do this." And then I was like, "There's other people in the office you can spend time with," and they're like, "Why? Don't you need help getting this?" I was like, "I have a CIS degree. I could set this up." As soon as you tell me exactly where the right server was to go to and point it to, which is in the instructions, I'm good to go. The only other thing I might need an admin password to actually set up some things that I want to do in the control panel, which I'm sure are locked down. And basically I start going through and we start going through that, and it's like, why don't you come work for us? And I'm like, because I don't want to sit here and fix computers all day. I enjoy what I'm doing, and it's nice. I'm not looking to fix computers, so yeah. So far, this game is really, really boring. 4-2. No one can find the basket. I mean, they're missing the layups. Not what I want to see. Cam Thomas is more of standing around. Dinwiddie is running the show. They run sharp. There we go. There's the easy dunk. Not getting involved. Magic have opened up a nice 9-point lead. Porter's got 9. That looks good for me. Jokic has got 3. That looks good for me. Not a lot of rebounds. I think Denver's kind of going through the motions. 7-6 early in the Atlanta Philly game. We're not really on that except for the actual half. Might look to see what we can get on Denver live. But Magic are kind of like OKC, and I got into it with another chat with someone at OKC. They were like, "Oh, the Lakers are coming back," and I was like, "The Lakers have no flow of offense." LeBron looks like he basically exasperated himself as soon as he hit his magic point. Oh, Vucevic sends Cammy back. DeSumo, come on, DeSumo, get 2. There you go. That's 2. This is just like Josh Green. 9.5 is one of my favorite props to bet in the NBA. You get a backup who's going to get the ball, or you get a guy who actually they give you a starter that's going to get 9.5 points. That's like just a dream. It's like watching Josh Green going. Josh Green's at 11.5, and I'm like, fine. He's going to be on the floor the most. He's going to finish the game. So he's not going to be around against that, because everyone like looks at me and goes, how do you take Powell at 18.5 for a guy coming off the bench? Because he closes games. So it's not like, hey, he must score before the third and fourth quarter, beginning of that, because he's going to get the ball again at the end of the game. So that really changes a whole lot of things. So we definitely need a ton of more points. We're under 50 points right now on pass for there. We've got a 4-2 game, and Thomas has already missed 2 shots. There we go. That's what we need. Rosen to make a quick basket. Let's move it around. Let's get into something. Come on, Dinwiddie, got to push this pace. We're running pick and rolls with Day'Ron Sharpe every time down the floor. How is that your offense? I mean, Cam Thomas should look over at the Nets coach and goes, "You guys go." No, I went for 40 the last 2 games. Why don't you give me the ball and let me operate, and I'll pass the ball around when it's needed. But right now, you guys can't do shit. We're at the 6-minute mark, and we're at 13 points scored. 7-6. I mean, this is a bragging down. I mean, this is you can win the game. All right, they brought in Ben Simmons here. That's going to increase scoring. Royce O'Neal, Patty Mills, and he misses.
You think maybe this night was just not a great night for NBA with the trade deadline and stuff, and teams are just kind of guys know whether they were moving or not moving now, and they're just kind of going to mail it in tonight.
I don't think they're going to mail it in. I think it's a question of a coach being retarded. That's just getting, I'll say it the best way I can. And this is what my worry was. Brooklyn's been an under team. And they've been an under team all year because when the role players are there, they're all playing tough defensively and they struggle to score. So you played free, up and down, carefree. You got into the flow of the offense and you had guys hitting shots. That's kind of what Cam Thomas was doing. I mean, you got other guys back. Yeah, you had Finney Smith. You had Patty Mills. You had Day'Ron Sharpe. And this is Jason Kidd going, we're still going to run our offense. We're back to running our offense. We got a real point guard. We're going to sit there and watch. And we're going to let Ben Simmons play. And, I mean, Simmons scores. That's amazing. That was the first time where we had any kind of yip, and it just was kind of standing around. Now, quite frankly, one of the other things that could be is Chicago's not really moving at all, too. So they're following the pace of the Bulls. Now they've had 2 straight drives. Simmons runs right in. Now he's going to bitch and moan that he wasn't fouled. What, he wants to go to the free throw line? Because the other thing with those games is also there were a lot of threes. Teams were shooting threes. You could match the three back. And the Bulls don't shoot a lot of threes. So that was the one thing. But I thought the Bulls would be able to score inside. They've got their whole offense down. Oh, that's a great air ball. So we're going to need a big time quarter. Ben Simmons has come in actually here and pushed the pace. He scored once. He got fouled the other times. He got completely blown by and watched Zach LaVine dunk on his ass. I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see if this continues the whole game. We've got more shots going down. It could just be the flow of the game. Early 7 o'clock game. And like you said, it was at the end of it. And we know what's going on. And we just kind of take a big breath and relax. Nuggets are down 12. There we go. Vucevic in the hand. Hawks are up 5. Only got 24 points in 9 minutes. It's not the Lakers. They're not going to run up and down here. Yeah. God, that was ugly. I'm going to be pissed.
What is Cammy going to get? Only like 10 or what? He's not looking good?
It's not on the floor. I mean, Thomas goes 0 for 3. He's on the floor for 5 minutes. Played the same as Day'Ron Sharpe.
Now my computer's working. I had to put it in safe mode and then restart it.
But this is the point where you would sit there and say, okay, everyone's like, oh, we got these hidden gems that didn't get to play and now are fired up and playing hard. Yes, that's the case. But the other case was you had a coach that let him do it. Whatever reason, he looks like he's pulled the reins back. Yeah, we'll see. Does not look good already to start off. Could be a down nice.
I'm going to take Iowa second half money line.
Yeah, I was just going to look at that. There's a lot of. I'll be flat honest with you. The only college basketball I've been taking is second halves. I've been kicking ass second half.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, they're down. They're down 17. They shot 30% in the first half, which is like 10, 15 points under their average. 1 for 10 from 3. No free throws in the first half. Purdue didn't exactly light it on fire in the first half, but I mean, both these teams should score. I actually like the over in this game, but they're not even going to get close to that. It was like 148. But yeah, I like Iowa to lose by. Iowa probably loses this game by like 10. I would say. I don't think they no-show the second half.
All right, time to hide. Marshall's kicking the crap out of Coastal. What was Ken Palm's take on this? I find it funny that I know Coastal's an over team. I bet Coastal all the time. But they're starting to get ridiculous in their second half. They're giving a second half of 84.
Let's see.
Coastal's going to have to push the pace, but
yeah, I liked Marshall pregame, but I didn't like laying a number. I don't like laying a number with a road team. Let's see, what did we get? We got 60-73 first half. Ken Palm has it finishing 155. So should be right about on the number there.
Okay.
73, 83, 156, 162.
Okay. I'm going to take the Queens over.
Okay.
Stetson and Jacksonville at the half. Stetson's up 27-22. Oh, this is just, I don't know. This already puts a bad taste in my mouth to start the night. This is just disgusting. So,
Yeah.
what was the talk of the trade deadlines? Yeah, it's Wisconsin, Milwaukee. That's who that is, by the way.
Okay.
So if we want, let's go to the Dubs. So the Dubs have a cap issue, right? They send out Wiseman for 5.
Yeah, but I
And
mean,
what?
you waved the white flag today. I mean, that's what you did.
They traded Wiseman?
Yeah.
For 5 second-round picks. And last week, Fox literally said, "Oh, second-round picks are nothing. They're nothing."
They are basically nothing.
And
I mean, you might hit with one of those. If you got 5, you might hit on one. And what are you going to hit for?
I mean, you can get
a 6-man maybe.
You can put in your and develop bench players. It's great for getting guys to develop a bench player. Now,
Right.
Occasionally you'll get an occasional starter, but typically on your second round picks, the biggest thing I hate about second round picks, you can buy second round picks during the draft. So how would they have any value before the draft? Now, if you get a pick in the 30s, that's got value because you got a guy who maybe slipped out of the first round, and then you could get what you say perceived value. But you get middle of the road and up in the second round, those picks are traded. That pick was traded for cash. Okay, so what was the point of it? Like, this deal, I need another second round pick. And the reason there were so many second round picks are given because they talked about it. One guy's joke was there might be 6 teams drafted in 3 years. Because one team may have all the picks.
Right.
It's just an absolute joke. I mean, you cut costs. Basically, it was a symbol of the white flag of saying, we're going to pick up. We see right now that we made a major mistake and we don't have any guard play on the bench. and you went out and you acquired Gary Payton back. But that's also, you acquired Gary Payton at a number you didn't want to play preseason. You let him walk, and you let Portland sign him to a contract that you didn't want to match.
Right.
Just to trade back for him 6 months later at that new contract that you didn't want to match. To a guy who wasn't playing that much in Portland.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be rough.
And then they went out and I actually loved the pick. So at the beginning of the trade, this was the beginning of the trade. So at one point I was ecstatic for you guys because you traded Wiseman and you got Sadiq Bey back.
Right.
That was the announced trade.
Right.
Then they later moved Bey to Atlanta for 5 second-round picks. And what you basically learned was they saved $7 million this year off their luxury tax, but they saved $30 million next year. So it was basically an owner who said, I'll spend $100 million over the salary cap this year, which we've already talked about. I mean, they were the highest paid team in the league by far by $17 million. And they re-signed all these guys to contracts and everything like that. So they're at $299 million for a basketball team, which means for $70 million over, they were paying $140 million in luxury tax. So what they basically said, the owner said, well, this is not a guaranteed winner anymore. One, you got Steph getting hurt 3 times this year. Yes, he should be back for the playoffs, but this team is flawed. And Wiseman, they basically was saying teams just put him in the pick and roll and kill him to death. They need a 6'10" big man who's agile. That's what they needed. There wasn't a lot around. Mike Muscala would have been a beautiful pickup for them. His pickup by the Celtics, I think, is going to come down as absolutely huge. I really do. Darius Baisley would have been the other guy that would have been a very good pickup for them. And the Suns got him for basically a very, very old Dario Saric. Well, it's not too bad. We're going to end up with about 45 points and then a last-second 3 that Patty Mills blocks.
Pregame was 228, 227.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be down.
I mean, if we can get a 60, if we can get a 60 to counteract this low quarter, I mean, we're right back on target.
Not dead. Yeah, we're not dead. But yeah.
I mean, the number's low enough that you can take one bad quarter. You got to make it up somewhere else.
Cam Thomas is 0 for 5.
That ain't great.
Nope. That's him. Maybe he sucked too much of the juice. Yeah, this girl.
Duke, right? Dude from Duke, right?
Cam Thomas? LSU.
Who's the one I'm thinking of from Duke?
There's been a lot of Thomases at Duke, but those are like late early 2000s.
Reddish, maybe.
Cam Reddish. He went to Portland for Josh Hart, which I like that trade because you're taking a chance. You're talking about a guy who has untapped potential versus, Josh Hart's a steady player, good player, jack of all trades, can do stuff, good locker room guy, has a good chance to help your team out. But Josh Hart's not getting better. He's not taking Nasir Little and taking his job. Cam Reddish has a chance when given the opportunity, kind of similar to Cam Thomas, has produced. Hasn't been able to do it consistently, which has been his big thing. So, what's your take on UMKC and Western Illinois?
I liked Western Illinois. Oh, good. I liked Western Illinois pregame, but I didn't take them, and they went down, and I didn't grab them. They came back. So, I mean, pregame, I like Western Illinois. It's 30-29, so I mean that's how I would lean. Leathernecks.
I know a lot of people were on UMKC.
Yeah, we got 4 goals in the Isles game.
I Oilers are unstoppable.
It's 2-2.
Didn't say their goalie was, but scoring goals. So I mean, okay. Everyone knows I'm not a big Laker fan, but that GM should win GM of the year for what he was able to do. There's no doubt about it. He should win GM of the year for what he was able to do. He was able to trade Patrick Beverley, who I'm not a Patrick Beverley fan. His days are gone. He's not a great defender anymore. He's basically a mouth of the South and an irritant. He still has a solid offensive game. He can get you 6 to 9 points. And Westbrook, and somehow, and a first round pick, and you basically got D'Lo, who's a much better outside shooter than Westbrook, same amount of point production, not as good as a passer. Mo Bamba, who, let's not forget, was a lottery pick a couple years ago, has had big games, never been able to consistently start at a time. We'll see how he does in LA. And Malik Beasley will be the sixth man off the bench, provide them scoring in the teens, consistent, good outside shooter. Jared Vanderbilt, another big who could play for two guys you didn't want, and a first-round pick. You didn't give up 4 first-round picks. You didn't give up any of these stupid nuts. And it was nuts. I mean, you basically said, all right, how do we help LeBron? We need to give him some outside shooting. Okay, D'Lo and Beasley. All right, we need to give him some rebounder because we're not sure how long Anthony Davis can stay, and he can't be our only true big man in there because Rui doesn't like the pound. All right, and he's not a great defender. All right, so we'll get Jared Vanderbilt. And then we'll get Mo Bamba, who's also a very good defender, and he's got size and length that we don't have. We'll trade Thomas Bryant, but Bryant's a younger version. Bamba could be a younger version of Bryant who's taller and bigger. Okay. They basically said we don't want any cap space because they did give up all their cap space. So they're no longer in the free agent pool, but somehow they will be again with no cap space. Well, Atlanta's up
taking the Devils money line.
So I should have took all my Nets money and put it on that.
Devils money line, New Jersey. Hey, Rich, did you get a new computer or what?
What's that?
You got a new computer or what?
No, I got a new desk. My office.
I like how it like blurs everything else out in your background.
Well, I normally am downstairs, and my wife actually went out tonight, so I'm in my office, which is where I would prefer to be all the time. But yeah, I've got all my stuff in here, so I'm trying to order myself something to eat, and it's proving to be very challenging because I can't figure out how to work DoorDash apparently.
MT13.
All right, well let's make sure we get on the Devils money line. Devils money line. Devils to score the next goal. I'm looking at Florida money line. They're down 1 against the Sharks. Their goaltending sucks. That's their problem.
Florida at home?
Yes.
We're on the Devils money
there.
All right.
What's up, MT?
Looks like Paige has found a winner.
A lot of Pac-12 late night. 0 chance I want to bet any of that.
See, I like that in college football, but not in basketball.
No, they're a no-go for me in college football too. I limit my Pac-12 action.
So let me get your take on this fight. So you have a guy who signed, enrolled in classes for 2 weeks now, 3 weeks now. Now wants to be out of his NLI and thinks he can just free transfer. Dude, you're already in school.
Right.
If you transfer, this is your transfer. This is your one free transfer. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to go in the spring and then transfer.
Yeah.
But it's different. Like, it's so weird. These kids are just nuts.
Yeah, the NIL stuff and the transferring and this shit is getting crazy. Like, I know that they don't want to like regulate this stuff, but they have to do. They're gonna have to do something.
Well, this is not NIL. This is NLI, the National Letter of Intent. So
all right.
You sign there. You sign with the school. So that's the school you're going to. So you got to be released from that.
Right.
To be able to go to another school and play. A school doesn't have to release. Look at Andre Drummond, his old ass self. He missed the whole basket. How do you miss the whole basket from 3 feet away? Here we go. Now we picked up the pace. Joe Harris running down the court and shooting a 3. Who knew the guy we needed to come back in this game was Joe Harris?
I like how when I select something and I go to order it and I'm reading the description and I'm like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds like something I should order. And it says feeds 3 to 4 people. And I'm like, oh, I was going to eat that myself.
Rich, that's saying something. I'm just telling you that right now.
I'm really hungry. That's what it's saying, I think.
I made stew.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Would you use stew meat or chuck?
I use stew beef.
Yeah, I usually do some type of stew or roast or something at least one day a week.
Yeah, I like roasted stew, but my wife is only like every other week, so we're like once a month, and it's only can be done in the winter.
Right.
She doesn't like stuff about the crock pot. Boy, Eastern Kentucky's come back. 1 point game. But she also likes you need the what's that called? Surret. What's the? You need to braise the beef first before you use it.
Yeah.
So yeah, saute it. That's the word she used. So you saute the beef first, then you do the rest of the crock pot. So yeah. There we go. Nets laying down threes.
Points are coming out in this Iowa Purdue game. They got 29 points in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Drummond cannot buy a basket from 2 feet away.
Iowa found their shot for sure.
Here comes Dinwiddie, Watanabe, Day'Ron Sharp. Oh, the Rosen. Just somebody thought he was going to the rim for a highlight deal, and he just took it away from him before he went up there. Dorian Finney-Smith. I was like, I don't know what 20 is. And I actually love this Nets deal. I really do. I'm not a big KD guy. Technically, they gutted the bench, but they did a great job during the trade deadline. The Suns did of reestablishing the bench. Darius Baisley, who was a guy we bet on a lot going down the stretch last year when SGA didn't play. He basically is a similar type mold to Cam Johnson. Not as good, but very similar type player. 6'8", 6'9" guy, shoot outside, get through. That will help. They're going to hope T.J. Warren basically can score. They're going to lose Miles Bridges' defense. That they're Watanabe with the 3, and it's down to a 4-point game. There we go. Raining some points. 19 points in the first 4 minutes. That's what we want. That's what we need. Come on. So I'm still really rooted for Denver. I was surprised they didn't help themselves as much, especially for what they got back. with trading. Bones Highland. They're just going to hope what they've got on the floor right now is enough. And we'll find out. I think the Western Conference playoffs are going to be interesting.
Definitely.
But Dubs might make the playoffs, might not. I mean, it depends upon how many home games they have without Steph.
I mean, are they in line to make the playoffs?
Like 8 play in.
Well, everybody is so far so the 13th team and the 10th place team are 2 games off. You just need to be in the top 10 to make the play-in games. Dubs are 9th. Like, if I look at this lineup, and Jazz are one of those teams. The Jazz have thrown up the flag that says we would like to really get to. I think they looked at the standings and they said, "Look, we've kind of been in a free fall, going 4-5 out of 10, 4-6 out of the last 10. We're not gonna do anything if we made the playoffs. We've been overachieving. We really don't want to pay Mike Conley. We want to develop these young guys." And someone said, "Hey, look, if you don't do that well, you could fall into the 6th worst team. And that's only a 3% difference of getting the number 1 pick." And I honestly think that's their goal. Their goal is to be the 6th worst team. They're going to play young guys. I mean, they're one of the only teams that can trade 3 guys. They already had 3 guys ready to play. Baji will basically step into the defense. He'll play with Malik Beasley. Conley will his jettison.
Utah?
Yeah, his jettison allows you to play Sexton and start him, and basically find out, is Sexton a 1 or is he a 2?
Is there anybody? Let me ask you this, and this is for selfish reasons. Is there anybody on teams that traded guys that you could see getting more opportunities? And I'm asking for my fantasy team, like guys that would see more opportunities. And now, I mean, you don't have to answer right now if you don't know off the top of your head. But like, I was looking at Cam Reddish because I think he might have a decent amount of opportunities. He's on the waiver wire. I can grab him. I'm just looking for guys that could, be stepping into bigger opportunities.
I think Portland's one of those other teams that'll be in a free fall. I really do. I don't think there's enough for us in the roster. They're listed in 10th right now.
But Reddish is gonna. I mean, if he's starting, he's just gonna be out there chucking, right?
There's no guarantee he's starting. I don't think he starts. I think Nazir.
You don't think he's starting?
No, I don't think Kevin Reddish starts. No.
What about Gordon?
For the Clippers?
Yep.
No. That team is deep. He's a bench player. Norman Powell can't start. They didn't trade any starters. Reggie Jackson has been, let me put it this way. Reggie Jackson, we used to bet at 19.5, 13.5, 18.5 points when PG was out. Okay? I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, Reggie Jackson, every single night, and this is based on minutes really played, is why it's happened, is 6.5. His points prop for the last month and a half has been 6.5. Why? Because he's not playing. He's not shooting. He doesn't even look like he wants to be there. So everybody knew he was going to get jettisoned out. Charlotte's not even going to pay him anyway. He's a buyout candidate. All these guys are. That's the biggest thing there. I was like, if your whole point was just to get a guy back that you're going to buy out, why would you trade to teams that should be like the evil empire? Just so you can try to buy out a guy. I mean,
what about?
It's what you think when you feel like owners basically look at this point and go, "Oh, we're not going to win, and it's time to save money."
What about Thomas Bryant?
what's he going to play? He's going to play Victor Kankar's minutes.
It says
he's not starting over Jokic.
No, but I mean, don't they start a center on the floor besides Jokic?
No, Jokic is the center.
Oh, okay. I thought they had a center on the floor besides him.
No,
Okay.
Michael Porter is the 4. Goal by Evander Kane. That's at least a shot on goal. No, that's the only guy on the floor. I mean, guys, I would look. There would be guys on teams, and this is with me. This is kind of sometimes how I bet is guys who are going to get more points because of the move, like Miles Bridges, obviously there, but Miles Bridges is not going to be available. But I'd have to look and see who really moved on a bad team that now a young player is going to play. Like Abaji's probably a very good guy to look at for Utah.
Yeah,
because he's going to get tons of.
Has he played much early on? I mean, I liked him. Obviously the Cavs drafted him, but we didn't get to see anything from him.
Yes, he's been playing of late.
Yeah.
He's not finishing games and he's not playing 5 times on the floor, but the fact that basically Utah is basically saying we want to see our young players.
1-0 Vegas.
Nice.
Have to take Vegas.
And Evander Kane has 3, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Luke Kennard will be very interesting on Memphis because that's the way they play.
What about
So that would be a guy I would look at.
What about Max Strus?
Damn, Atlanta is just giving that whoop down right now.
Yeah, it's Suns don't have anybody.
That was free money. Jeez Louise.
I mean, the one guy would be Mark Williams. Mark Williams or JT Thor in Charlotte. That's what I was trying to figure out. Because Plumlee's gone.
Yeah.
The offense is going to change. It's still going to be a rim protector and a guy who just runs to the floor and gets the ball when the guards drive or gets long threes. Boy, we're under 100. Yeah, Joe Harris and Watanabe are leading the Nets here.
Yeah,
that would be a guy to look at. And I would take a shot at Wiseman. I just don't understand the trade. I mean, of all the places that you basically said, and where's Jump Shot? Because we really want to talk to Jump Shot on this because if you ask me which team has the most centers in the league, I'm going to say it's Detroit.
Yeah.
So I honestly basically think this was just too much of a value pick. They wanted to move Saddiq Bey. I told you that back in December that we're going to be betting Saddiq Bey a lot this year because right now they're trying to showcase him. And they were able to get a big fish for him. They reeled in James Wiseman, who's under contract for numerous years. He's massively bigger than the other 2 centers. Isaiah Stewart's been playing the 4 of lately. But you went and you signed Jalen Duren. He's a first-round pick last year for 9 picks. We've been voting Duren all the time at 9.5 points and killer rebounds. The only point to me is you do that is because you're going to move one of them in the summer. You're going to let him play right now. You're going to see what you can get. And basically, in your eyes, you said James Wiseman has value. All I got to do is be able to show up his value. And I'm going to get more than what I would have got for Saddiq Bey, who's going to be to AJ. The only thing I can think Detroit's thinking. So I think Wiseman's going to get a ton of run because their whole goal is going to be how to showcase him.
Right.
That's a good look. I like that. I like what you got there.
Justin Holiday is going to take over Eric Gordon's time, basically, in Houston. But he's not going to start. Kenyon Martin's going to start. But that's a guy to look at.
Man, don't look now. St. Thomas Tommy's up 10 on Oral Roberts.
Oral.
27-17.
Oh, and now it's a 42-40 game here for the Bulls here.
Yeah, we got no points in Atlanta.
Is that second quarter?
Second quarter, yeah. I mean, it's not for an over, but it's become a pretty good game. And the Bulls were starting to pull away. And then the Nets have kind of just went bombard from three. And it's the guys you would have thought of. Utah, Watanabe, Joe Harris. Still not Cam Thomas. I don't think he's scored. He's at least back in the game. I just wonder if he's – it's just totally different for him. And maybe he has to be anything where someone lets him be the man. There you go. Look at Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is outscoring Cam Thomas. Or maybe Simmons is taking this personally. This is his team now. He makes the most money on the team.
I think we all know that the person that makes the most money doesn't always do the most work.
Another three by the Nets. Joe Harris for a quick reload three. That's what we need. Come on, points. Let's at least get to 100. Don't walk it. Come on. You got Caruso wide open underneath. And there it is. Get fouled. But make the basket. Come on. Make the basket and get fouled. Magic still holding on to a 12-point lead. Porter's got 12. Jokic just got 10. 7 rebounds. That's good for me. Gordon's having a nice game in his little revenge game for 20 points. Magic are being led by Wendell Carter Jr. with 13 and Jalen Suggs at 11. And once again, it's another year that we say the same thing. Ross. I would trade for Ross any day of the week for the Magic because I think he's just a guy you can bring off the bench and can score. And once again, Terrence Ross is still a Magic. Not playing much these days, but he's still on the Magic.
Rich, you're on mute. Oh, he probably knows he's on mute.
Yeah, he's.
No, I was talking. Sorry. Yeah, Gerardo wants to know -7, -4 first half. That's the Nets game. So
no, that's the Atlanta game.
Oh, that's the Atlanta game.
Yeah, we're already about to cash that. Yeah.
Yep. Did I not put Atlanta next to it? I talked about it. Or did it come off when I tried to hide everything? Okay, I'll make sure everybody knows. Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I'm all again. I'm on the the Nets play who? The Lakers?
No, the Nets are playing right now. They're playing the Bulls.
Nets are playing right now. Yeah.
Oh, the Bulls.
Yeah, there's not a lot of NBA. We only got one game late, and I think the Lakers are going to sit everybody. Another three by the Nets. They're raining threes. 94 points. Let's go. Come on. Let's at least get to about 105, 106 would be nice. Wouldn't be still a great chance, but it wouldn't be like, hey, we have to have the world's greatest chance. There you go. Another drive. There you go. Come on, let's go. Let's get these points up. Let's go.
You tell them, Fox.
Need something. 219. Okay, that's the live is 219. I don't like that. Not too bad. 8 points off. We can make up 8 points. Especially with the way you're raining threes. It's raining threes. And Ben Simmons is raining down dunks. Another three. Another three. Joe Harris is unconscious. He's unconscious. He said, Cammy who? Cammy still with 0 points. 0 for 6. Joe Harris says, I didn't start. 18 points for Joe Harris. And the
I need to
answer for the poll.
I need to re-enter because my camera's messed up. That ain't me right now.
8 or 6. It's not you. We don't know who it is, but it's not you. Ben Simmons has 8 points. It's almost a new 2022 high.
What do you think about the Zags tonight? Kind of like the Dons. They're laying a big number.
The only problem, they're not any. Well, I mean,
the Dons are not any good this year.
They're not any good. So, I mean, that's the key thing you look at. How the number's 14.5.
There's zero chance I'm laying 15 points with Gonzaga. Not this year.
The Dons aren't any good either. Problem is,
they're 15 and 11. The thing about the Dons are that they're going to slow the game down enough that they can play inside that number, but they have to hit their shots and they have to kind of keep Gonzaga from getting out in transition, which I think they can do. They've done it before, but I don't want to.
I mean, they lost.
There's too many other games on the board to bet that game, but there's zero chance I'd lay 15 points with Gonzaga tonight.
Yeah, they lost the St. Mary's by 9.
That St. Mary's team is good, though. They are good.
They are. They also slow the pace down, and the Zags don't. So the question is,
St. Mary's might win that tournament. They might win that tournament and win that conference. I really believe that St. Mary's is better than Gonzaga this year. Gonzaga, this is a down year for them. It's a down year. Drew Timmy's on his 15th year of eligibility. He's like 33 years old.
Yes.
I don't know.
All right, there we go. We got 102, 103, 1.4 seconds. Kick out. No. All right. I think there's too many mouse to feeds. I should have went with my gut and said, as soon as Cam moved up from 24 to 26, I should have went the other way.
Oh, my goodness.
He's not going to have 0, but he's nowhere near going to cash. That sucks. It's funny. I bitch and moan about them there. Denver's there. It's 50 to 53. All right, lose the first half. We need Atlanta to hang on here.
Yeah.
They're faltering here after having a 17-point lead with 6 minutes to go. They now have a 10-point lead with 3 minutes to go.
Yep.
Aiden's got 14. Nobody else can score.
Blocking foul and 1 for Iowa. They're about to be within 7 here. They hit this free throw.
Yeah, I'm going to need it to cover these overs that I had in the Nets game.
I knew they weren't going to. This wasn't a 20-point. This wasn't going to be a 20-point game. Iowa's too good for that. Purdue is good, but so is Iowa. They're a good team.
Yeah, they're not Miami. Western Illinois is getting their ass kicked in the second half.
Yep. Good thing I didn't take that.
Yep. Well, Roberts is winning again now.
Are they? Shit.
Yep. 33-27.
There goes New Jersey.
I missed a spot to take them live.
They tied it up.
Right after they gave up a goal?
Yep. Mr. Dougie Hamilton. Yes, sir.
Man, that dude.
Need him all day.
For Jasper Pratt, but yeah. We'll see. Oh, let's see.
North Dakota's up 12.
How much should I have on that?
Stetson's up 15. Goodness.
Oh, that's good. It's not too bad. All right.
need North Florida, and I need Queens.
Gerardus says Iowa's making a comeback. They are.
They are. They're looking good second half here. They just had a down first half, and I knew they wouldn't play the full game like that. You get them second half. You get them second half as a pick. They're not going to lose by 18.
Nah, I should have put more on it.
Yeah.
That I should have.
Ohio State basketball. Holy shit. What a freaking train wreck there. I don't even want to touch their games.
No.
They're straight up right now with Northwestern 17-17. They have 17 points each with 6 minutes left in the first half. Ugh.
Ugly.
Yeah, real ugly. I mean, it's bad. There's, the coach is frustrated. They're talking about firing him. I mean, it's just things have just gone south. I don't know what's going on there. I think Dude actually doesn't fit in the offense there. What's his name?
How are we doing on Edmonton? I didn't realize I was that. I mean, when I say Edmonton, I knew I should have been on Hyman. Damn it. All right, Kane, we need one more. Let's go. Damn it, I knew I should have been on. One more. Need one more. And hold on. I'm being summoned.
Sensible. Sensible on Ohio State. He just doesn't, I don't know. I think Dude does his own thing, and it's not good. Come on, Iowa. Oh, missed the free throw.
That's the worst.
They're free. Oh, wow. We called a 10-second. We called a 10-second on that.
Just came on like 0 ago.
Will you mute him, D?
I can't.
You're gonna have to. One of you guys is gonna have to tell me how to sign in and do these controls. I tried to do it earlier, and I don't have any idea.
That's all right.
I could sign in on my computer.
You don't have to mute me. I'm done.
Oh.
I was just calling. My wife was watching a show that we watch, and I went, "What is this? Little cheater here?" And she's like, "No, it just came on."
Oh,
What
yeah.
show?
Ghost.
Ghost. The one on
It's
CBS?
a sitcom comedy. Yeah,
Go.
it's good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a good show. Yeah, I started watching that White Lotus too. It's not a bad show.
My son and makes fun of it because he goes, "What's it about? What's the point?" And there is.
I don't know what the point is either.
No, either. I think it's just the lives of these 5 people.
Yeah, it's a fair question. It's a fair question he's got. I don't know what the point is either.
And I think season 2 is just 5 whole new people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's not like I don't think because these people eventually are got to go.
Yeah.
So
man, I'll tell you, like without giving anything away, but I'll tell you who I don't like is I don't like the guy that's on his honeymoon. He was.
Nobody likes him.
Oh my god, that dude is a dick.
Nobody likes him, but that's the only thing that actor plays. In anything he ever is, that's his thing. And Emily said, yeah, because he does it so well.
Yeah.
And he does. because your design is to hate him, and you really hate him.
He's like, he says, I'm playing the hand I'm dealt. I'm just playing the hand I'm dealt as the freaking trust fund silver spoon guy. I'm like, oh my God, I want to hit this guy. Like, I want to hit him in real life.
Well, I'm up to the episode. Okay, well, no, I'm not going to give it. Have you finished the first season?
No, I haven't. I think we're on like episode maybe 4 or 5.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to give it away then. Okay. So we're almost done for the first season, but there was an event that happened. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he uses that information.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
We just finished. Well, yeah, I don't want to give it away. But
yeah, it's almost, and you pretty much almost have to if you were to say where you're at, because you're like, we just went for the guy.
The whole thing was when the hotel guy, when Armand says he thinks I'm going to ruin his honeymoon, I'll fucking ruin his honeymoon. When he says that, I about died. I'm like, he's like, I'll ruin his honeymoon.
Okay, so this is the one scene that I saw. And I said, tell me, did you see the ashes scene?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So this guy here, D, will set the mood. So you got a hotel manager who stupidly double booked a room, and he's not fessing up to it, so they put him in a different suite. And he's just kind of pissing this guy off, and this guy is just constantly telling him, give me your number for a boss. It's like, oh, I'll get to it. Unbeknownst to him is he's found a guest version of drugs, and he's an addict, and he's basically just completely out of it every single time he talks to him. So he doesn't really remember anything that's going on, but he just remembers the smile and goes, yeah, I'll take care of it. Da, da, da. So the guy who's an ass comes up to him, which, by the way, the guy's ass, his newly wife is Alexandra Daddario, and she looks fine as anything. And you're like, why is he with them? But anyway, and he's like, oh, I'm looking for something to do with my wife, and so he says, I'm going to do this boat cruise. And then the lady who wants who's the girl from American Pie who plays the mother,
Jennifer Coolidge,
who's completely off her rocker in the whole show, just crazy, emotional, crazy. He goes, oh, I need to rent a boat. Oh, I've got the perfect boat cruise for you. It will just be one other couple that's trying to have dinner. So he tries to do a romantic dinner with Alexander Daddario. And this lady, Jennifer Coolidge, is on trying to empty the ashes out to sea. In the middle of this, just completely crying. Like, oh, you guys got to move. You got to effort your table now because I have to put my mom's ashes away.
It's a very dark. Like, it's a dark, but just the circumstances, like the whole circumstances of them being on the same boat together, and like that whole thing is absolutely hilarious. Like, it's so funny.
And there is, but it won some Academy Awards, so I said, hey, I'll give it a shot. It was not anything. I looked at it, and my wife gave me the "This is dumb" in the episode 1. And I said, you got to wait for it. And it just does kind of draw you in. You're like, okay, what's the next thing? And then you're trying to figure out who's playing who's for real. Like, our thing is we don't think Jennifer Coolidge has any real money.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, see, I haven't made it. I haven't really made it that far. I made it, far enough to the point where, she said she was going to fund she wanted to fund the ladies.
That was early on. Yep.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. So, I don't know. The thing about the show is,
and I haven't seen. There's nothing else that's leads up to believe, but that's our growing conversation. Is we just think she's playing with like inheritance, and this is just like
could be.
There's really no real money there.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. The thing about the show is that it's not I don't know. It's not like really good, but for whatever reason, it's entertaining and want to watch it and see what happens. Like
You're gonna see what's it about. It's kind of
Yeah.
like a lot of HBO shows, like True Detective. It wasn't really good. It just kind of went on. And you saw Alexander Daddario, and then it got better.
I did like True Detective. The with what's with McConaughey and
Yes.
and Woody Harrelson, because they did another season with different people, right? I can't remember who else was in it.
I think it was Christian Bale, wasn't it?
No, it was who's the Irish guy? Colin Farrell.
Oh, Colin Farrell. Okay.
Yeah, Colin Farrell. Yeah, I think he was the other. He was in the other season.
Then it was like, who cares? All right, Denver's only down 6 now. They've made their run. Jokic has 11 rebounds. Unfortunately, he has 19 points. He started to figure out he has to score this game. Aaron Gordon has 34 points.
Big turnover for Iowa. Let's go. Yeah, 4 minutes left. They're down 10.
I'm going to take the Nuggets plus 1.5.
Okay.
I'm going to take them large.
Well,
Now 4.
Jack Hughes is out, huh?
Yep.
Said he's got a upper body injury.
All right. And we did get Atlanta. So we'll start off our. All right, we hit our Atlanta first half. That's good. A little redemption here. A little redemption. Big time. Let's go. So
Well
far, the
needed.
second half lines kind of sucked. So Atlanta wins it by 9. Nobody really scores points. 102 points. Another under. Could be the under night. Shit. The only game that might go over is this Magic game. We got any word on the Lakers yet? Is LeBron done from partying all night that he hit a basket? Oh, yeah, it is. Officially, just like I said, LeBron James is out. Vanderbilt is out. Mamba's out. Devon Reed was a sneaky pickup. And D'Angelo Russell. Your starting lineup for tonight's game is Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker, and Rui Hachimura. You might want to take that Milwaukee minus 8.5. Because they'll beat the crap out of them.
Right.
For Milwaukee right now, everyone's in. AD is the only still questionable guy in the Lakers. I'm going to throw 20 on it right now before it stops. So 20 on each side. We'll take the first half and the full game at 8.5 and 5. There we go. Bulls start the game off with a dunk. High percentage. All right, come on,
Lonnie
Porter.
Walker, huh?
Yeah, I actually like Lonnie Walker, especially starting. But looking at him, probably won't get anything since they're, like I said, they're going to pull everybody, and they pulled everybody. So Hachimura already got earlier in the day at 14.5 because that was my thought process. Jordan Finney-Smith with the 3. Nets won't go away. Bombs away 3s. Kind of interesting. Not normally their bag. Levine misses a 3. Rebound by Finney Smith. He pushes it up. Dayron Sharp wants the ball down low. Dinwiddie for three. They're like, this is how we played in Dallas. We just turned around, shot threes. Another three for Brooklyn. Cammy has 0 points still. It's going to be a terrible night for him. Might want to take that under 17.5 that's available right now in points and assists. Because I don't think he's going to get 15. Zach LaVine. Kick out to Io. Io off the glass, and it bounces out. The Sumo's got 4 points. We need more points to Io. Pacific plus 5.5. That's Gerardo's play. All right. We're going to get some points here. Cam Thomas gets to the line. I just don't think he's the kind of guy who's going to stand there. He's figured out how to just, when he doesn't have the ball in his hands. And you can see it right now, even on his face, shooting free throws. He looks bored. Sumo inside, and Vucevic misses the dunk. Kick out to Cammy. And they're calling Dayron Sharp for something. Vooch just misses a dunk. Got the Bulls 5.5 right now. Down 9. But again, there's DeSumo. That's 6. Let's go. Come on, DeSumo. That's what I said. I mean, I like this Nets team. I think we're gonna have 6 or 7 guys they can have, and who can you convince to come here to get the 1 star, and then you got cap room.
Right.
It's Brooklyn. It's not bad. I mean, it's not like you. It's not Utah. Like everyone's like Utah's got cap room. I still don't know who's running over to Utah. I actually wouldn't be shocked if Utah wins the lottery. Dorian Finney-Smith with the huge throwdown. Cross the lane. And he throws it down. So, when I sit there and I look at this, how much of this KD trade was just a new owner going, I want my guy at any cost?
Right. It has to be.
Yeah, because this is almost for what he gave up for him. Well, it's nuts. The other fact is what this trade deadline continues to show, and every trade will show afterwards, that the Rudy Gobert trade is the worst trade in history.
Right.
You got the same things from number of players and kind of quality of guys that you got for trading Kyrie and KD that you got for trading Rudy Gobert.
It's got to be too early.
Well, you have the gumption from Danny Ainge to just keep asking for more. And then you have the gullibility of Minnesota trying to do something. All right, Rich, we're off to a great start here with Milwaukee. We're up 18. We only need to cover 2. Queens is losing though. Our surefire win looks like it might be our second loss. Or Roberts is 45-41 at halftime. We got some halftime things here, Rich. Did we lose Rich?
I think we did for the second.
They didn't lose him. Necessitate. Need some necessitate. All right, as soon as I took Denver, Magic pull away the 9. Come on. Porter's back in.
Jeez.
Let's go. Come on, guys. It's winning time. Excuse me.
Yep, third period starting in these games.
Shoot the puck.
We got
Shoot the
Edmonton.
puck, Evander Kane. That's all I care about. I didn't realize how much I put on that.
Oh, it's all right. Just needs one. Should get it.
Yeah. Shoot the puck. Shoot the puck early. Let's get this. Move on. Oh, damn it. I wanted to be on that game. Club Leon. What time's that game? 10 o'clock. Shit. That was free money.
We still have a late game or no?
Yeah, we've got Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker, and Rui Hachimura versus the Milwaukee starting 5.
So who are we on?
I already told you earlier. I took before AD has been announced here. I took the first half Bucks and the full game Bucks. -5 and -8. Might be 8.5 now. There's DeSumo and a miss, and Vucevic with the rebound. Magic up 11. Not what I wanted to say. Come on. Day'Ron Sharp versus Vucevic. This will be interesting. Kick out to Finney Smith. $11-point lead for the Nets. And DeRozan's going to get the and one. All right, so how are we looking at points? 22 in the first 8. That's nice. Once again, we're looking like we got some points here. What are the late games in hockey?
Vegas was the late game. That's it.
Yeah, this is it. 8 o'clock was the last game of hockey, I think.
That's just miserable.
No, Queens coming back. They were down.
Hopefully they were down 4.
Yeah, they're down 4, I see.
Anything you like in the second half? A bunch of teams that I don't know. Is Ohio State losing to Northwestern?
Yeah, I'm not touching Ohio State. Jesus. Milwaukee's putting it on Detroit.
Yep. That's looked pretty good early, so that's good. How much was Iowa down by?
We need
5. 27 seconds.
Yeah, 17. As long as they lose by less than 17, we're good. I don't know. Things kind of went off the rails here.
How do you have that?
They were down 17 at half.
Oh, I said down 17. I was yeah, it's 52-47.
Yeah, they were down 17 at half, right? So as long as we got them second half money line.
Yep. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean we got North Texas up 5 at half. That's pretty much on par with what I had pregame. SIUE I mean, if you didn't get on that pregame, I had them -6. They're down 2 at half. Other than that, I don't have a.
It's 4.5. Yep.
What's Oral Roberts second half? St. Thomas.
I just looked at that. It's -4 Oral Roberts. The over is 84.5.
Over is 84.5.
Boy, the Bulls just don't want to shoot any threes. Cam Thomas looking for the foul. He had a bucket go in, starting to bounce around. Here comes the 24-point explosion. Not happening. Too many mouths to feed. Kobe White looking for the foul, then looking at the ref. Cam Thomas pulls up. He says, all right, I'm just going to shoot it 9,000 times now. Vucevic steals the ball from Day'Ron Sharpe. Bulls are still down 10. Rosen inside. Kick out Vooch 3. Front rim. Rebound Joe Harris. Kick out Joe Harris. Kick out Dorian Finney-Smith. Another miss. There they go, up and down the court. That's what we want. But you got to make baskets. Levine inside with the basket. Dinwiddie pushing. Where was this the first half? He just goes coast to coast and lays it in. Where was this the first half? You guys were walking it up like you were tired. It was really tough for pregame. They announced my name wrong. Zach LaVine for 3. Here we go. Boom, 38 points. Let's go. Bulls cut it to 7. Pacific plus 5.5. Let me see if I can find it.
Who gave that out?
Gerardo.
Oh, I can't see the chat on my phone.
Yep. I tailed it.
Denver's down 9.
Let's see. Iowa loses, but we cash the second half.
Pretty much as soon as I put money down on Denver, they haven't made a basket.
Iowa loses by 14.
That's it. We win the second half, right?
Yep.
You gave that out live.
Yep.
Atlanta up 15. Let's go. Come on. Keep this going. Keep this going. Let's go.
Oh, my bad. I thought I was singing again.
The Lightning are beating the crap out of the Avalanche tonight. Are we going to get this 5.5?
I hope so. Need Vegas to give up a couple goals, man.
We need Edmonton to shoot. They've got one shot in the third period. James Madison's up 2 with 48 seconds to go.
I didn't even realize Vander Kane was on your team until I pulled it up here like 5 minutes ago. I was like, no wonder why. He's like, I'm putting the extra on this. He's on my team.
Try. There's nothing wrong with that.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Postal
I just-
93 points second half.
Tampa Bay's up 4-0 against Colorado. Calgary and Detroit are tied, third period. 2-1 Florida. 1-1 Devils in Seattle. Islanders are up 4-2 and 1-0 Vegas going into the second period.
Stetson cashes.
How much? What'd they win by?
And won by 3.
All right, cool. Because I took them live -1.5 when we first talked, and I said, hey, I didn't get it. And then I took them +2.5 later. Yep. All right, cool. Cool. Denver's definitely not going to cash. Down 16. Jokic just got 22. Come on, at least get another rebound. One more rebound. That's all we need. Porter's having a terrible day. The bench has done nothing all game. We almost got a steal there by the Bulls. What did we get the Bulls live at? +5.5. That's not bad. Nope. Rebound, Kobe White. Is he going to shoot? No, he's going to lay one in. Joe Harris. Hey, the live is now 227.5 in the Nets game. 228.5.
We're alive.
You can hedge.
No.
Hedging's for gardeners.
I'm a gardener then.
You must be a barber.
It just takes somebody just to push back the pace because you're back down to 226. For someone to stop shooting threes. Kick out Joe Harris, and he missed, which is why we're back down to 226. Nets can't buy a bucket. Kobe White inside. He gets fouled. He's going to the line. Back to 227. Come on, Kobe. You have less hair today. Definitely a lot less hair than you had in college. Beginning of the year, you were just letting the flow go. Now you've kind of loosened some of the locks. Oh, come on. Someone's got to tell me why a guy goes to the free throw line, then we just take away all the live props. Doesn't change the game that much. It actually should stable the line. Not, hey, he goes to the free throw line. We're going to take everything away.
Right.
Because he could either make 1 point or not.
Who scored? Hyman? No, not Hyman.
Hymenator! We got a goal scored by Zach Hymenator. His 4th shot on goal, which would have been a casher.
We're on the Oilers, though, right?
Yes,
We are.
we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. But he doesn't like it because it's on my
You
team.
talking about your fantasy?
Yes.
Huh.
All right, went a minute there. We didn't get any scoring, so now all of a sudden they've dropped it to 225.5. And we're going to slow up. Here comes the pace. It's also a close game. Brooklyn's only up by 1 now.
Oh, it's under review. Come on, it should be a goal. Leave it a goal. I don't care.
Caruso misses the 3. Watanabe. Outlet to Ben Simmons. Watch, it's going to pull up for 3. And it's another miss. This is why we keep dropping down. And I said at 228, we should have hedged. At 1 point. Hey, someone actually finally scored. Good. Zach LaVine. Who looks exhausted. He's got 29 points tonight. Ben Simmons. Inside. They're up on Joe Harris because Harris was playing big. Another big 3. Kick out Watanabe. Another 3 by Watanabe. Look at Miles Bridges and Cam Johnson saying, all right, that's good. This is what we do. Nice ball movement. Kick out. Kobe White. Kick out to Derek Jones. Yes, Derek Jones still in the league. Rebound, Ben Simmons. He pushes the ball up the floor. He travels. Nobody calls it. And they watch Patty Mills miss a three. We're back down to 2:23. 2-point lead by Brooklyn. Alley-oop missed. Rebound missed. Put back in. Derek Jones gets it back. Tie ball game. Ben Simmons turns, spins, whirly, throws some shit over his shoulder, and guess what? It doesn't go. That was disgusting. 4 seconds into the shot clock. Vucevic with another rebound. And the Bulls are back up front.
Is that
And
game
the
of the
Nets
third
have
quarter?
lost their threes. Third quarter. Yep.
Okay. You got plenty of time.
Steal by the Bulls. Derek Jones. And the layup.
I don't think they called that a goal.
We're only up by 4. No, they called it a goal. It's 2-1. No, they still say game stoppage. Are they taking it? No goal interference.
Wow.
That's the official call. Another miss by the Nets. Nets are falling all over the place. Jokic has 26 points and 11 rebounds. We need the 12th rebound. We need it. Trust me, we need it. Denver pulls within 10. Says we're not going away. 3 minutes to go. Yeah, I'm going to miss my under. And the Hawks are up 17. Yep. No goal. 12 minutes to go. Shoot the puck. Shoot the puck. All right. Anything on the late games? 10 o'clocks?
For college?
In college?
Yeah. The night score. That's 2. Let's see if we can at least get to 3 or 4.
I'm on Arizona State. That's 10 o'clock. Arizona State +3 over Stanford.
Oh, that's who ASU is?
Yeah. That's it. If you want to do a late night parlay, maybe you do Santa Clara, Arizona, and St. Mary's. That'd probably be a decent money line parlay.
All right, so we get to the end of the third at 163. It's not the worst. But we had a chance to get to 165, which is really what we need, because that means we're going to need a 70-point fourth quarter. That's not happening. No, we need a 67-point fourth quarter. We need overtime. That's what we need. Denver can't get anything going. Another basket. Wendell Carter abusing him. Who's getting the rebounds? Kickball? How do you get kickball? I'm looking at. So your parlay was Arizona? Arizona minus 2,300.
Arizona, Santa Clara, St. Mary's.
Not going to get you anything.
I don't know what that'll get you.
I mean, you could throw an extra leg in it, and it might get you a unit. It gets you 2 units if you throw an open leg in it.
Well, then just throw in the Eagles and call it a day.
Hell no.
I agree with that.
Hell no.
Just throw in the Eagles money line, call it a day.
Yep,
Don't
agree with it.
Start
Let's
that
roll.
shit.
Eagles.
already started
Well,
this
I mean, either Eagles money line or the under, whichever one.
See,
I
I
met like
think
I know like 2 or 3 people that are on the Chiefs that aren't Chief fans. Everybody else is on Philly. I wish you guys
Well,
luck.
That's scary. It's scary for as somebody who's backing Philly. That is scary.
And I'm just being honest.
you win money by interior line, and the Eagles win both categories.
All right.
I mean, the thing that's just it's in the back of my mind this whole time is that I haven't seen this Eagles team play anybody.
Anyway, correct.
That's the one thing that keeps popping is over and over. I haven't seen this Eagles team beat anybody that's. I mean, this is probably. I would have to go out on a limb here and say this is probably the easiest playoff road to the Super Bowl ever. Or I mean, it's got to be up there. But I mean, this is it's been an easy road for them.
Yeah.
Minnesota scored.
Dictated that easy road.
Kaprizov.
Minnesota scored.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I would
2-1?
I would have took Kaprizov to score. He normally doesn't shoot the puck that much.
Relax. He's gonna score a couple more. Don't worry.
I've relaxed 10 minutes into the Edmund game, and they've shot the puck a total of 3 times.
4 times.
Nobody on the team has more than 3 shots, including McDavid. Shoot the puck. It's a 1-1 game. And we may get lucky because it gives us the overtime, and he may not have a lot of ice. So then hopefully he can get a shot off. Well, Denver's going to lose. And Jokic goes over, so that's a loss. And he doesn't get his rebounds. I think I went 0 for 5 in this game. No, Picaro got his rebounds. Kick out, Derek Jones. There's a reason he's a big, tall guy who shoots. And he misses. Phoenix has come back, cut it to 12. Capella's got 15 rebounds already. John Collins, who they tried to trade to anybody, he's still an Atlanta Hawk.
Shit, we would have took him. Draymond Green can't even do nothing, man. I was really surprised we got rid of Wiseman. We should have got rid of Dre.
I just
we probably would have got a bag of balls and shit, but whatever.
Yeah, I
Probably
don't
nobody
know.
wants to take that contract, huh?
Yeah, I just don't know what your guys' thought process. I really don't. I mean
they must know. They must be looking at his medical or something in the background. I don't know, but
no, to me because as soon as you get to the playoffs, you're just gonna beat the crap out of you down low. That's kind of what they've been doing all year. But Cammy Thomas with the circus shot. Circus shot, kicks the legs, rotate, gets a foul. Cammy's up to 7. He's also a very good free throw shooter. He's got 9 in the second half. He's got 10 in the second half. Here he comes. His 20-point second half. They've discovered who he is. Know my name. And it's a miss.
I'm taking Southern Miss plus 6.5 over Louisiana Lafayette.
Southern Miss plus 6.5.
Live.
Is that second half?
No, they're live. They're first half.
Louisiana Lafayette, Southern Miss. I got 4.5.
Devils take the lead. Let's go.
Yeah, I still like it.
Got it.
I like him to win the game.
Dougie Hamilton. Yes, sir.
All right, Bulls up by 1.
That's nice. We took the Devils live.
Yep.
Cam Thomas, they're just feeding him. Cam Thomas got mugged. No call. He might do his best Draymond impersonation. We need some points here.
Hey, 2 more goals in this Vegas Knights game would be nice.
Yes, that would be nice. Gonzaga starts the game off 14-5. Io DeSumo for 3. Doesn't happen. Dinwiddie gets it. Pushes the pace. He's got DeSumo one-on-one. He throws it up and in. Can't get any and 1 calls. Dinwiddie just kind of gives this to the ref. Not giving it. Dinwiddie's got 14. Bulls come right down and drill a 3. It's Kobe White in the hair. 224.5. 9 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Dinwiddie jumps in, runs into a play, still doesn't get a call, but it goes in. He's still bitching at the ref. You can't get any and 1 calls this entire game. Kobe White, step back. Nope. Kobe White, and he misses. Finney Smith is downward rebounding against Andre Drummond. Day'Ron Sharp. I don't know what he's doing. He gets it to Cammy. Cammy runs in Andre Drummond. No call. Turn around, flip back 3. Yeah, that's the shot you wanted. Kobe White for 3 again, and that's missed. You can see that as soon as you shot it. Dinwiddie gets the call. Oh, and he almost gets a 4-point play. It goes all the way in and rolls out. Milwaukee's up 16. Come on, boys. Take it home.
The game already started?
No, different game.
Oh.
He gave Wisconsin, Milwaukee, -2. 5 minutes to go in this Edmonton game. Yet still nobody has 4 shots on goal. Edmonton still has 3 shots on goal the entire period. Did they fall asleep?
No, they're just getting outskated.
Well, missing the net.
I don't even think they're taking shots.
I'm saying shot blocked. Shot wide of the net. Missed shot. Missed shot. Shot blocked. Evander Kane. Shot blocked.
Oh!
I may actually have to turn this on. Decide whether or not I'm going to be morally pissed tonight. You can't get any calls. Day'Ron Sharp with the dunk. .421. There was a shot on goal by Evander Kane. It counts. It counts.
You gave that out when you started the show, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We talked it. I didn't type them in, but yeah. I think I did. I said you had a bunch of hockey players. We could roll through them, and Rich ran through them. So, yep. All righty. Evander Kane. 3-unit
3.5.
play.
Nice.
3-unit play comes through. Warren Fogle.
I think I bet on all your players. I didn't even bet on one of mine.
Tampa Bay scores again. 5-1. 5-0. Edmonton's win the game? Are you really going to lose this game? It's like Denver lost to Orlando. All right, let's see the official. Is AD playing? Did you see the video of AD? Where how excited he was that LeBron got the record? Gerardo giving out Stanford -3. Northwestern, Ohio State, neck and neck. Who is Stanford playing? Are they playing it? I don't even have them on the screen.
All right, I'm back.
I was gonna say, did you see the video of AD's celebration during the LeBron's last shot?
Yes. Nothing.
It's all right. Let's just play.
We still got how much time left on the game?
All right, okay, you made a basket. All right, let's move on. I understand.
How old are you again? Oh.
I understand why they stopped it, but I mean, because it's like 10 seconds of the third quarter, it's like, okay. Let's see. Edmonton's got it down into the zone. House in front. Flyers can't get it out. Edmonton behind the net. Fight for it among the boards. Trying to pinch. Keep it in. Flyers still can't get it out. It's caught up at the end of the boards. Got a hold up play. Out to the top. Swings it around. Shot. Save. Carter Hart.
Come on, get in there. Oh, we got a big fight in the Knights. Everybody's fighting.
Dinwiddie draws the foul. 7 minutes, 36 seconds left. All right, we'll switch back. 224.5. This is going to be a barn burner. Come on, points. I almost feel like taking the Bulls live. Let it go. Let it go. What the hell did I take? Oh. Gerardo like Stanford. We need some goals scored in the Vegas Knights Minnesota game. Another mess for the Bulls. Dinwiddie's got it. He drives. He gets fouled. Now Cam Thomas gets fouled. $225.5. I will tell you, if this gets over 227, I'd hedge your bet a little bit. because I don't even know why it's getting close to 227 right now. I calculated he needed 57 points.
Oh, it almost went in. Oh.
Yeah, you need 65 points. I don't think it's getting anywhere near that. The only way I could say why they're putting that total on, because they think this has a strong possibility of overtime. That's the only way this is getting to 225.5. But Brooklyn's pulled off to a nice little 6-point lead here. Wolves have had struggle all year closing in the fourth quarter. DeRozan draws the foul on Cammy. For the Cammy watch, Cammy's got 12 points. He's now 3 of 12. Dinwiddie's got the 20 points that I knew he was going to get without any issue. 21 points. As far as the Vucevic has 12 and 12. That's easy. The only question was going to be on Cammy. And as far as the Day'Ron Sharpe would have just catched. That was his 10th rebound.
Oh, man. An inch away.
Watanabe for 3. Nets are up 8. Still don't know how any way the total is saying 225. Oh, it's a steal. Cammy with the steal. Will he pass? Survey says no. He literally tried to run by a guy, and Watanabe hit the ball away. He gets it back. He's asking for the screen. Still hasn't looked to pass once. Instead, he's going to do a step back 3 that banks off the backboard. Didn't go in.
There it is. There's the Knights. 3-1.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to confirm who's playing. I mean, Anthony Davis looks like he's most likely going to go, and Giannis looks like he's going to go. I don't know why it's taking them so long to tell us if he's going to play or not. Anthony Davis is now listed as in, so he will play. Yeah, I like Giannis' points. What's his points? 32.5? Not at 35, no. Not at 35.5. I mean, the question is who's going to score for the Lakers? Kind of more waiting to see if I can get a Lonnie Walker number or somebody like that. Because the Bucks will definitely push the pace. But I'm not taking 35.5. I mean, I'd be more inclined to take the rebounds. If it's 11.5 or 12.5, it's 13.5. Shit.
Oh.
And they have made the props almost like we really just don't want you to take any. I mean, you could take the 34 for Giannis and the 13 rebounds and get plus 129. Maybe that's the way you go. I don't know. I don't think the game's going to be competitive, so I don't think I'm getting 4 quarters out of him. Trying to see who's going to step up. I mean, this is a big game. Schrader was averaging 15 or 16 when LeBron and AD didn't play, but it looks like AD is going to play. AD's points are at 30. I don't think he's scoring 30. I'm actually shocked he's actually going to play. I don't think Rui's getting 18. He's had 1 game versus the Knicks. LeBron didn't play, got 19. But, yeah. Total's back down to 223.5 with the Nets pulled out to an 8-point lead. I don't know what they were thinking at 225. Hawks are holding on to an 11-point lead. Come on, guys. Keep your guys playing. Play tough. Don't let them back in this game. Josh Okogie, 20 points. Okongwu has 11 and 11 tonight. 100 pounds, haven't done squat. There's the fourth goal by the Knights. Knights are up 4-1. Can we get the fifth? Let's go.
Oh yeah, penalty shot.
Yep. All right, can the Bulls come back here? Down 8 with 6 minutes to go. One of the worst closing teams in the league.
It looks like this is one of those special nights for the Knights. I think they flew out all the dads. This is dad's trip. That's what the patch says. It says father's trip or something. And after Riley Smith scored, you just see all the dads celebrating in the press box.
Okay. All right.
So you don't know about those narratives until you see it.
Cammy's got the rebound. He fights
off.
Oh,
I got Riley Smith, by the way. Thank you.
He's yet to actually try to look for a pass anytime he's got the ball off of a rebound. Levine goes in, barrows his way, doesn't score. Sharp gets his 12th rebound.
3-1 Devils. Go ahead and cash it. Let's go.
Oh, 15 seconds, yeah. Yep, nice.
And Jack Eichel scores.
Part of the reason we didn't get this over is the refs
there,
really
cash it. Double casher. You got the Devils casher. You got the Knights casher. That's the over 5.5. Boom.
Good job.
Let's go. Let's go.
Ring that bell. Nets are up 9 with Dinwiddie's free throws. Bulls, heck, need a basket. Haven't been able to buy one. Vucevic, Levine, DeRozan, exhausted. Still in the game. Levine tried to pass it, loses the handle, then grabs it, and then decides to try to dribble. What was he doing? That's called a travel. It's a travel as soon as you grab the ball, by the way. You got a self-pass. Thomas passed! Cam Thomas made a pass, and it's an assist because Watanabe drills the 3. And Kobe White finally scores for the Bulls to cut the drought. I mean, but I'm 100% sure the over did not cash because they really didn't call a lot of fouls that were fouls. Cammy gets the ball, gives it to Day'Ron Sharp, kick out to Watanabe. Watanabe, kick out to Dorian Smith. Cam Thomas for 40 feet, and he doesn't make it.
And the Islanders let them tie it up.
Cam Thomas, again, they're just letting Cam Thomas run the ball. Thomas gets the ball up top. Let's see if he actually ever passes. Here comes the screen. comes against the screen. He travels in. He kicks out. He actually passed twice in a row. Cam Thomas gets it back. Free throw line extended. And they're going to call a foul, and Cam Thomas is going to go to the line. Nets look like they're going to beat the Bulls with the new look Nets. Uh-oh, it's going to be reviewed. Let's see if Giannis is actually going to play. And he will. Brooke Lopez will play too. Anthony Davis will play. Lonnie Walker will play. Now let's see if we can get some other players besides just 6 guys. Man, you guys start adding some guys here. Oof.
What are you taking?
I think we finished Schroeder over 15.5 points. I'm trying to figure out, I mean, all the games have been under. That's the only thing. There, I don't like the 234.5. I just, Lakers don't play any D, but one of the guys that was great for getting overs was Westbrook because he just came in and tried to score. Westbrook's gone. There's no guarantee that they're going to push the pace with the same vigor. Cam is 3 of 15 tonight. And he's still going to end up with about 15, 17 points. The Bulls have scored 3 points in the last 4 minutes and 46 seconds. Like I said, the worst closing team in the league. This is the reason they get to the fourth quarter, and I think what people don't realize, people say, oh, they can't close. They're not clutch. No. They play too many minutes. To me, this is 100% on. That's also travel, by the way. You can't step and then drag your back foot. As soon as you do that, that's technically a step. You play too many minutes in the first 3 quarters, so by the time they get to the end, they're exhausted. I mean, Zach LaVine had 20 shots in the first 3 quarters. So, Cammy gets it back. Cammy drives, hangs post, no goal, basket. All right, they get the ball, they get the push. Can they get a basket? No, Day'Ron Sharp sends Kobe White's basket. And Kobe White just hurt his ankle. Kobe White just hurt his ankle. He's down on the ground, grabbing his ankle. Let's see if he stands up. Did we lose Rich permanently or what?
I'm not sure.
We got a shootout in Edmonton. Hey! Good job.
What time it is? What time it is? What time it is? It's time to go. Ring that, ring that, ring that bell. Ring that, ring that, ring that bell. Ring that, ring that, ring that bell. Ring that bell. It's time to go. Ring that bell.
Vegas Knights over 5.5. They almost do it themselves. 5 goals. There we go. Let's hope my goalie wasn't playing. He was. Yep. That kills that category. Thomas with another circus shot that goes in, but they call him for an offensive foul. Atlanta. Oh, he wraps it all the way around his body. It's an offensive foul. Nine-point game. Both teams have gone cold. Rosen hits a three. Not to Rosen, sorry. Dinwiddie hits a three. Dinwiddie's got 25. And Levine lays it in. We're back to a 10-point game, minute 30. Finney Smith have 10.5 points. I don't think he does. He's got close to it, but I don't think he's got 10.5. He's got 8. Yep. It's a 3. Io get his points yet? Or they pulled him because he can't shoot? Panthers going to win?
Yeah. They sure are. We really don't have anything late, man. Just that one game. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was saying. If Rich is done for there, we might just call it a night.
Yeah. We'll go cash Atlanta, hopefully.
Should. We'll let Atlanta finish. Just 3 minutes ago. We'll let this finish, and I'm waiting to see if there's anything in this NBA that they can give me that's like guys I actually want to bet. Still just getting the numerous guys. Same guys. Like DiVincenzo is becoming one of my favorite guys to bet because you're giving me 9.5 for DiVincenzo. I'm like, do you know how many minutes he's playing? And Philly wins.
Oh,
Philly
shit. They
wins.
did.
Yep, they did. They win the shootout. It's amazing that a team with nonstop offensive powers can't win a shootout. So, oh, Jokic did. Philly won.
Flyers.
Yeah. That's at least somewhat. Kane got his. Noah Dobson got his.
I hadn't even checked.
I mean, it's 5-4. Let's hope you shot the puck, Dobson.
Yeah, like shot the puck like 3 times at least.
0 shots on goal.
Oh. There's always one, right? And Kaprizov, what? He's got like 2?
Yeah, Kaprizov, like I said, he doesn't shoot the puck that much. He's got 1.
Wow. 1 and 1 goal.
And they'll pull him because they don't care. Oilers lose. Oilers lose. I had 2 on that. Okay, well, at least I get the Knights. That's big. If I can get the Hawks, that'd be big. I don't think I'm going to get the Bulls, and I'm not getting Cam Thomas. It's at least just not kill myself tonight.
How's the college basketball treating you?
Well,
That's not what I want to hear. I haven't even looked to see how they went.
let's see. Second half, Milwaukee is let's see. Detroit's 35-17 on Milwaukee in the second half. So Milwaukee's only up by 1 now, when they were up by 20.
That's not what I want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Roberts is up by 3.
Yeah, this Southern Miss is looking good. Southern Miss is down by 3. We got them at 6. Still think they win the game. New Orleans and Nichols. We've got 70-82. Total 149. That's a little bit behind. SIUE is up by 4. We got them at 6. So that's okay. North Texas is down by 1. We got a -2. But we're going to need some help there.
Yep.
So the thing when
Hawks
you
are up
get all these,
109-95. And the Nets are gonna win without KD. No Kyrie. Wow.
They've been winning. They won 4 in a row. I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a shock. They won 4 in a row with Cam Thomas going nuts. Cam Thomas keeps getting fouled. Cam Thomas is just holding to get fouled again. That's all he's doing.
Did you cash his prop?
No.
we
So
Nope.
he ain't doing shit then.
are we going to hit
He's
the
just getting fouled and missing.
Are we going to hit the
No,
over there?
He's hitting his shots. He's just not going to get his 23.5.
Yeah, it looks like the Bulls didn't score any points in the fourth quarter for us. That sucks.
All right, so we got Troy Brown. Okay, Middleton. We're starting to get some of the guys that I'm looking at. I want Lonnie Walker. That's who I want. What is Middleton's points? 16. Nope. I got 119 points, 30 seconds. Chicago keeps fouling, but they won't foul after this one. I mean, they'll keep fouling as long as they're Cam Thomas just eating the ball and going to the line and taking the free throws. He's got 9 points off free throws. He's got 10 points off free throws. So now they're going to come back down. They're going to hoist up a shot. If they make it, we're going to keep going. We got a good shot for the over. And no, and it's Cam Thomas rebound, and they've stopped, and he'll just dribble out. And he actually ran with the ball a couple steps. Nobody watched him. And that's it. And that's when 221. If they literally just called a couple more fouls, we would have easily had this over. But instead, we don't. We're not going to get the Dobson shots. Damn it. That's there. We were talking, Rich. There's not a lot going on tonight. We were just going to call it. Oh, here's what we got. Finally. Finally. Got Lonnie Walker. Got Max Christie. All these guys should play tonight. Walker's is way too much. 14. I don't like that. Max Christie's made 3-pointers. Yeah, there's not much going on. I'm not watching this Bucks beatdown. All right, you got anything else, Rich?
Just trying to get on Southern Utah here. Second half. Need a number though.
So should we just talk football and then, go from
Yeah,
there?
we'll talk football. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Super Bowl. We both know me and Rich are on the Eagles, and D is not. So we'll stop that conversation there. And what else do you like?
Okay, so what are we doing? I'm calling tails.
Come on, the national. I would rather bet the national anthem length than heads or tails on the coin toss.
Oh, well, I'm taking tails.
Yeah,
Or
if I had to make a pick, I would pick tails.
Or I'd bet the kickoff. So how did the kickoff work for you, Rich, when we talked about it? I said it was cold.
It did not.
Short. I think it went
did not.
short.
It did not work.
So it went short. Okay. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. Okay. So you're going to bet in the Super Bowl with, I couldn't even tell you who the kicker is for the Eagles versus Bucker for the Chiefs again.
I'm not betting the kickoff, but I will tell you that, and we were talking about a little bit earlier today in the chat. I do kind of like taking anytime touchdowns on all three Philadelphia running backs, or maybe the three Philly running backs and Hurts, because I think if you take
tying up 400. Okay, I can see it.
Yeah, I think if you take three or four guys, I think two of them hit. Boston Scott, Gainwell, Sanders, Hurts. I like taking anytime touchdowns with those three or four guys.
What about a non-quarterback winning the MVP?
I took Frank Clark. If he gets 2.5 sacks, he ties the record for most sacks in the playoff history. If he gets anything remotely of a strip fumble, touchdown, anything, you never know. I mean, I took him, Chris Jones, MVS, and then I took both backs for the KC. But that's not like, that's just on the side.
Sure. A non-quarterback.
I mean, that bet's out there. You could just literally just take a non-quarterback. So quarterback is minus 550. And to me, the next guy's up either as a running back or it's a defensive position. Because if a receiver has a good game, it's almost 100% always the quarterback still wins.
It's going to go to the quarterback, yeah.
But
yeah, because it's got to, the quarterback touches the ball first.
If the game's won on a Hassan Riddick or Josh Sweat strip fumble touchdown, that's a plus 700. And if, as you said, all three running backs are running for Philly, and that's how they primary score, maybe there's not one that's better than the other.
Sure. Yeah. I can see that.
And Josh Sweat breaking the arm of Patrick Mahomes, so the 2024 season is over before it began. There's the, I like Josh Sweat as the guy, if you haven't figured this out. Riddick's 3,500.
I like Devonta Smith to be heavily involved. I like Devonta Smith receptions. I like Devonta Smith yards. I think he's going to be heavily targeted. I think he's going to be big part of the game plan there.
I can see that.
You guys done any squares or anything like that this year?
I generally only get those the day of the game.
What block pool?
Yeah. Yep.
I did the DraftKings one. It's just a random. I think it was actually free. You just select and they give you a random square or something like that.
All right. We got 10 goals in Vancouver Islanders, and our guy has 0 shots on goal.
That's ridiculous.
Atlanta cashes. They win by 9.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I'm obviously on KC money line. I like the points more than anything. The plus 1.5. You never know. It might just lose by 1. Things happen.
Sure.
But
I was probably going to.
it's gonna be a good game, fellas. That's all I know.
I don't.
Just being in the Super Bowl is something different for me as a fan base. Like being a fan of something, it hits different.
I don't think it's a blowout either way. So I mean, I think we get a good game here for sure.
The big win, little win might be a good bet.
You got to find someone who gets it.
I think we get a good game either way.
It's interesting that in the Super Bowl, it's the only bet that you can make a bet for the second half right now. No other game can you make a bet for the second half before the first half is finished. But you can for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, and we were, I think Bob had mentioned it in the chat earlier, something about, taking Sanders anytime touchdown first half and Sanders anytime touchdown second half was like plus 190 either, on both of them. And he was like minus 110 or minus 120 if you took him for the full game. And it's like the numbers are weird, right? Because there's a lot of action. It's the only game, and it's got all the eyeballs, and everybody's betting on this game now. So the numbers are going to get a little weird. I still would prefer to take the anytime touchdown with Sanders just because I don't want to predict whether he has a touchdown in the first half or the second half. Now, if you take them both, I guess you're okay as long as he scores at some point, but you're still going to be in the same spot. If he only scores 1 touchdown and you bet both first half and second half, even at the plus money, you're still, unless he scores a touchdown in the first half and the second half, you're going to win 1, lose 1, which is going to put you in the same spot as the minus 110.
Yeah, agreed. Might as well just forget that. I mean, Gainwell's probably more the guy lately that's going through. I think Boston Scott's the more power runner.
Yeah, I like Gainwell, but if you told me, like if you said you can't take them all, I would probably take Boston Scott. If you said you can only take 2, I would take Scott and Gainwell because I think that's where the value is. I think the value's on those 2.
Yep.
But I mean, honestly, I did it a couple times this season where I literally just took every Philly running back to do, yards or whatever, yards or touchdowns or carries or whatever it was, and 2 out of the 3 cashed. So as long as you hit 2 out of the 3, you're making money.
Fuck Philly.
I'll tell you what, D. I don't.
You're going to either be so happy for that Thursday show, or you're going to be like, I can't make. I got to work late. I can tell.
Hey, last year I had to sing. Fuck that. No, we're good.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
be there on Thursday. I'll be there on Thursday.
Oh, do you want to bet? Is that what I hear? We are
I'm
on
betting you money, fool. I ain't doing all that stuff again. Unless you. No, I'm gonna get you back. Like I said, I'll get you back one day. Might be at my wedding.
I honestly I hope we have a good game. I think it's going to be a very good game. Just kind of hoping.
May the best team win, man. That's all I know.
Yeah, I agree.
Sucks. Last game.
I mean, you can't argue with the heart with Mahomes in the last game. I mean, dude's playing on one leg. I mean, you can see it, right? You can see he's playing on one leg. So, and that was part of the reason why I didn't really, I didn't like KC in the last game, was because they rely so heavily on Mahomes, and he's clearly not himself. I mean, you watched it the whole game, but found a way to win. That's all.
Yeah, and I think Mahomes will be fine. It's been 4 weeks since the injury. I don't see that as the issue. My issue I see is
he ain't gonna be 100%. He's not 100%.
Eagles line. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
He's not 100%. I would say he's probably, I don't know, maybe he's probably going to be right about where he was for the last game, maybe a little bit better. I mean, if he was 60% last game, he's maybe 75% for this one. I mean, he got beat up a little bit in that last game for sure. Had to scramble, had issues throwing on that leg. It's but yeah. Come on, Milwaukee, you fucking bums.
Aren't they up 3?
They're up 3.
Oh.
What happened with let's see, what happened with our hockey here?
We're gonna hit the one and we're gonna lose the other. So
Panthers won. I took the Panthers on the money line live. I took the Devils on the money line live. So that's 2.
Yep.
And the Flyers.
Yep.
Okay,
They both
Flyers won, so that's a loss. But I took Knights Wild over, got 5.5, so that's a win.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. The 5.5 came through. Yep.
Good
Islanders aren't going to come through. Yep. It's 6-5.
Wait, we took the Islanders?
No,
I
not
did.
Islanders. Oilers.
I took the Islanders.
You took the Islanders? No.
I took the Islanders, and Dobson actually shot the puck twice in the last 30 seconds.
I mean, I don't know, Fonz. That sounds like a you problem.
It is a you problem. It's 100% a you problem. There's no doubt about it. It's a me problem. So yes. So yes, Dobson didn't go. Kaprizov's probably not going to cash because he's probably not going to play that much.
All right, Southern misses up by 5.
He does have 3 shots in goal. So if we could get one more shot, I'll be at least happy with that, and we'll end up going 2-1 on those. We're going to get the over 5.5. I don't even know where that is on that bet thing, but I bet it. We'll get the 5.5.
Oklahoma, Texas agreed to leave Big 12 a year early.
Yep, they both said we're taking off. That's what MT was talking about. Yep.
Is that all sports or is that just football?
All sports.
They go into SEC?
That's correct.
Well, that's gonna kill them. That's gonna kill them in football, but it's gonna help them in basketball.
My question is, if you're the SEC, what's the reason you want them to show up a year early? Now, technically, the one thing you've got to be happy if you're them, you're saying Georgia's going to have a new quarterback, Alabama's going to have a new quarterback. Those are the 2 biggest guys we're worried about. We have a quarterback. Texas is going to be the same boat as those teams, and they would sit there and say, okay, let's just play.
Right.
So it says they're going to enter and I think his information is wrong because ESPN says they agreed a year early,
Yeah.
but what that means is they're actually going to exit the Big 12 after the 23-24
2020.
season.
Yeah, it says join the SEC in the 2024 season, meaning that they still play this next season.
Yeah, this year they're still playing the Big 12. Yep.
Yep.
I'm saying it's official, we out, but apparently it's official, we got one more year. And on July 4th, the Big 12 will add BYU, Central Florida, Cincinnati, and Houston.
Yeah, ain't that crazy? Not so much for football, but for basketball. That's crazy.
Basketball is going to be crazy, but even football could be interesting. I mean, if you're Central Florida, you're Houston.
Yeah.
They don't play any defense anyway. So, I mean, if you're TCU, you're still basically there. I'm just questioning how anyone's going to view winning the Big 12.
I guess I'm looking at BYU, UCF, Cincinnati, and Houston as being significantly better teams in basketball than football on the landscape.
I mean, on the landscape, BYU though they've had years where they've competed, and they would be just as good as what do I say, Kansas, Missouri, on that level. Cincinnati's probably the one dark horse that is going to the Big 12, going to allow them to recruit the high quality athlete.
Right.
Right now, Ohio State is the only one basically in Ohio to recruit. Central Florida going to Big 12 is, again, a perk for them. You're in the hotbed where talent exists in Florida. You've got major competition, but at least you're going to tell them, look, we're not playing in Conference USA. We're playing in the Big 12. And you still have solid teams in the Big 12 for now.
Right.
So it's a question if that's going to continue to be looked upon as I still say it drops to the lower tier of the Power 5 conferences.
Yeah.
But is the Big 12 going to be looked at like the Pac-12? Or is the Big 12 going to be looked on like the Big East? I mean,
in football?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I'm obviously the Big East is defunct, but it's kind of that kind of question. I mean,
yeah,
the SEC, the Big Ten right now are probably the two clear dogs, and then the Pac-12 and ACC are battling it out. And where is the Big 12 in that mix? That's going to be the question of how the perception of the Big 12 is, because if you're just basically end up being treated like the Conference USA or the Southern Conference, whatever that was. All right, so LeBron's a street clothes, and he's being honored at the Laker game.
I mean, I think that.
Are you just changing names for names? Is going to be one of the big questions I have. Yep.
I mean, obviously, in basketball, in a team like Houston, you're gaining a top team in the country, right? I mean, they're
until this year. I mean, this year's the first time they're considered. It came in as a pre-flop, but if you want to say that, UCF has entered in football as a pre-flop top 10 team.
Sure.
And didn't sit there. But yeah, in basketball, it's there. And for basketball, that's a great conference. And I don't think losing Oklahoma is that big of a deal in basketball. I really don't.
But in basketball, you're talking about the Big 12 as being. The Big 12 is basically the SEC of basketball, right? The Big 12 is they're the top dog. So, adding 4 teams into that, one of them being Houston, which is, they are, they're number 1, number 2, 3, top 3 team this year. But I mean, Houston has been top 10 over the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, they've been a good team for multiple years. But I mean, adding them adding them into the mix here that's a pretty big deal. I mean, I think.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good move for them. I agree, but I think you don't underlook the football side of it either. So
Right.
yeah. So I mean, it's
Now, why Oklahoma and Texas want to move into the fucking SEC in football is beyond me.
I understand it for Texas. I don't understand it for Oklahoma. Meaning, because to me, Texas was a defensive school from football standpoint. You've got Texas A&M in the SEC. That'll essentially be your home rivalry. And you have a massive media market. That's why they wanted Texas, because Texas already has their own network. How that's going to work will be very interesting. I don't understand
what happened. Big, Texas was a big defensive squad when who was the old guy that was there? Mac. What was the old coach? Am I thinking of the wrong guy? I think I'm thinking of the wrong guy.
No, you're speaking of Mac Davis. You're correct. The guy who's in North Carolina. Yes.
North Carolina. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they were a top school then and top defensive team. So I mean, that's gonna fit well in the SEC. I don't know that Oklahoma fits well in the SEC at all.
I think Oklahoma's just getting. Oklahoma's basically a worse version of Tennessee. That's
Oklahoma moving to the SEC is going to look exactly like Mizzou moving to the SEC. That's what that's going to look like.
Mizzou can play defense, and they played defense this year, and maybe that's a whole change and a whole culture change,
maybe,
and a shift to how you're going to play. I just think they're going to try to be more like Tennessee. They're going to be wide open, spread offense. They're not going to change that. They're just going to have to figure out how to get bigger in the trenches, and maybe they think they're going to get bigger in the trenches.
Yeah, but I mean, they've got Venable there now, right? He's a defensive coach, so
yes.
I mean, maybe a couple years, he gets his guys in there, and maybe Oklahoma turns into more of a a defensive team and less Lincoln Riley style.
But do you get a couple of years anymore? Nowadays, you get 2, and if you're not showing some improvement by 2, by the third year, you better show improvement, or you're out of there. Yeah, that's the biggest question: is how do you there? D is getting tired of this conversation.
Sorry, D.
His eyes are closing as we sit there and talk. It might be LeBron's speech that has gone on for like 13 minutes now. And we still haven't yet begun in the basketball game that started at 10.
I'm watching Southern Miss, who is up by 8. They're up by 8 right now. That's good.
I'd be more interested in Detroit Mercy and Milwaukee. That's a 3-point game.
I was gonna say, what? Jesus, that game had 2 minutes, like 20 minutes ago.
Well, they've fouled 100 times. They've scored 100 points now. It's 92-89 with 11 seconds to go.
SIUE wins by 5, and I had 6, so that is a loss.
It's a win for me because I just took them on the money line the second half in a parlay. So
there you go.
Well, it's still not winning money. I need to win the other side, so we'll see.
Northwestern beats Ohio State.
LeBron is saying a complete book here. All right, so UW hits the first free throw. They're up 4.
Holy cow! North Texas and UAB are in double overtime. Jeez.
They're up 5. Detroit Mercy. Are we going to get a push? Are we going to get a crappy push?
Who's up 5? Milwaukee?
Yeah, they won by 5.
Milwaukee won by 5?
Yep.
All right. That's a winner.
Dub's a winner. We're going to take because so far it's not been a great game. If Dobson can get a point and Kaprizov can get a point, that'd be a shot and goal. That would be huge. Ekman has got 4. Come on, Kaprizov, shoot the puck. It doesn't help that your guy is fighting for down 4 goals. Let's go. Come on. You can't give up power plays when you're losing by 4. My goal is getting hung out to dry tonight. So they still, I mean, the game started at 10. It's 10-17, and Holiday and AD are still on the court in a sweater. Everyone's still in their
They're not
warm-ups.
playing, I'm assuming.
No, they're playing. Might as well just said, hey, this game's not going to start at 10 because we're going to let AD talk for 25 minutes. I think I hate Kendrick Perkins the most whenever he tries to talk. So part of my thing, and I've been basically getting in arguments and trade deadline and TikTok almost the whole day. Kyrie is an outstanding offensive ball player. Kyrie, in some ways, is just like Steph, that ho-hum, who cares? We don't value the basketball towards the end of the game. We make wild passes at different times. And it should have cost them last night. Everyone's like, oh, we still won last night. They shot 60% from 3. You think they're going to shoot 60% from 3 every game going on forward?
Right.
I'll guarantee the answer is no. The Clippers got it down to 2 points, and then basically you came out and you hit 3 threes. And your team shot an outstanding number. We got Gerardo giving a bunch of UFC plays in here. I don't see that happening again. I still think the sum of the parts. Basketball is the game where there's one basketball. And if you're like the Suns, you gave up a 20-point scorer and a 12-point scorer and a great defensive player for a 30-point scorer. Okay, that matches up. But you gave up your bench. You say you shortened your bench. Fine. You somehow were able to basically put scraps together and add 3 good bench players when you give out scraps. Okay, so you replenished. Dallas gave away Jordan Finney-Smith. Now, maybe Theo Pinson is the answer. Maybe they've known Theo Pinson has not played much. He's played hard. He's a consummate pro, somebody you want on the team, and he'll fill in the Jordan Finney-Smith, or you think Josh Green is really ready to take that next step, or you're just going to play with Jaden Hardy and see if the young guy who doesn't pass can actually score points off the bench and live with Kyrie scoring, because Kyrie's not going to stop anybody from scoring. Not that Dinwiddie does either, but Dinwiddie's a hell of a lot better defensive player and better assist to turnover ratio than Kyrie Irving. Irving's a scorer. He always is. You also have a ball-dominant guard in Luka who's going to hold the ball a long, long time. Kyrie doesn't do well when he doesn't touch the ball. He starts to whine and cry, or he just stands in the corner. I don't see it working out in Dallas. And I see by the summer, he's a free agent, and they're not going to try to sign him an extension, which in one way, okay, you're smart. You're going to see if this works. However, his buddies over there in Phoenix, you got a brand new owner, and Chris Paul on an end of his deal. I mean, he's got 2 more years, but they can find wiggle ways to get out. And they just jettisoned their 2 big free agents that they would have had to sign. Kyrie can bitch and moan again. I want to see how Mark Cuban handles the bitching and moaning from Kyrie. That's going to be the greatest thing. Or Kyrie could just turn around and go to Phoenix in the summer. And they're once again back together. With pieces. With an all-star center.
Right.
With Devin Booker. I mean, then that would start to get it nuts because then you're like, okay, you just got way too much scoring. Well, Schroeder's come out and basically taken the first 2 shots. He hasn't made them. But yeah, Lakers are up 4-2. And hey, look, Giannis is shooting threes. I always love when he tries that in the first part of the game. That just always tells me when he does that, they believe they can win this game at any time. And they're just going to kind of go through the motions. Rui versus Giannis. He basically falls down himself, then tries to get the ref to give him a call. It doesn't happen. And Holiday misses. AD gets the rebound. Let's see if he just pulls up for 3. Nope. He's going to take Lopez. Nope. He's going to give it to Troy Brown. Max Christie is going to start. And his prop is 6 points. Interesting. Kick out to my favorite player, Grayson Allen. And he misses. I mean, I don't. This game looks absolutely 2 teams that could care less. I mean, the Bulls Nets looked like they could care less in the beginning of this game. These guys are half walking, underhand type passes. I mean, obviously not in the flow of the game yet, but Grayson Allen for 3 again, and he misses. AD for a rebound. Back to AD. Oh, he crosses over, and he scores against Robin Lopez, and somehow Mr. Street Clothes finds the floor.
It's all right.
Lopez,
Milwaukee will hit a 3.
Yeah. Yeah, they hit a 3. You fell down, you got your 2, but guess what? Because you fell down, that left Lopez for an open 3.
Yep.
So what people don't understand, and this was my arguments in TikTok, is you guys don't understand plus minus. Assist to turnover ratio matters.
There's another 3. Bang!
If I got a guy who scores 25 points, and it's my boy, Grayson Allen. If I got another guy who scores 25 points and your guy scores 25 points, but my guy's got a 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio and your guy's is near 1, I don't care how electric you could be. I'm going to take the guy with a better assist to turnover ratio. Guys just don't know that. And I really hope the Nets actually keep their guys that they picked up together because I think you can win by the sum of your parts. And go ahead and get 1 star and just be, all right, we got 3 above average players and a star. And let's let them mature and grow. And Giannis just waltzes in. All right, we're going to call it on that one because Rich is actually showing the game. All right, so we will see. Sharp 9.5 rebounds did cash, so that was good for us. Kaprasov is the biggest one I'm waiting for tonight. Just like Evander Kane, we're probably going to have to wait for like 30 seconds left of the game. And we'll see if it cashes, but a cash is a cash. So Matt Boldy's got 4. And Minnesota has come out this period and literally just said, hey, we actually got to shoot because we're down 4 goals. So hopefully they'll be able to get this and get this. Enjoy this Milwaukee Buck Laker game. We do have the first half -5. We're tied at 10. But I don't know how the Lakers are going to score when they go to the bench. Giannis versus Dennis Schroeder. Oh, and Giannis falls awkwardly. But it looks all right. He basically kind of fell underneath him. Thanks, Gerardo. Thanks for joining us. Definitely got to get this. Almost got to get this out a day early. And I got to work on that. I liked it better when we got 10, 15 people in here versus just a couple. But thank you guys for joining. I'll look at your UFC stuff. Actually, don't take a picture of that because I didn't write it down. And other than that, have a good night. Good night, Rich.
All right.
Good night, D. All right. Peace.
All right.